We're live? Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup. We are live outside Delaney Hall Ice Camp. Hold on. I knew I was going to sneeze. We are live outside Delaney Hall Ice Camp in Newark, New Jersey. It's day 8 of an ongoing massive hunger strike and labor strike. And we have been live every single day here. And last night we were live for 6 hours and 17 minutes, to be exact. So if you were with us last night, thank you so much for watching us last night. Thank you for joining again tonight. I'm not going to lie, I hope it's not 6 hours and 17 minutes tonight, because we're all tired. And I woke up this morning with my neck and arms still burning from the pepper spray. But we're here for this critically important story, and we have serious updates to tell you. Let's start with what's going on inside, because that's why the protesters are here. And smash the like button. Share this live stream so we can get it out to as many people as possible. Leave a comment. Liking the live stream, leaving a comment, pressing share. It helps, kind of jujutsu this through the YouTube's algorithm. Also, throughout the show, I'm going to push you to support us. Last night, while we were live for 6 hours, we got almost 150 of you signed up as paid Status Coup members, which is incredible. We need to do that again tonight, because contrary to a lot of the air quotes journalists, who are many of them were sitting in their cars while ICE was bum rushing unarmed people into moving trucks. Let me repeat. We saw many journalists sitting in their cars as we were out here dodging pepper spray and batons and tasers and everything else for the last few nights. So that's what you're supporting when you sign up as a member, actual living, breathing journalism. It's me in front of the camera. We got John behind the camera. We got Will behind the camera too. So support us if you can. So let me tell you what's going on inside before we talk about what's going on outside. The hunger strike, I was told, is waning. Nobody knows like an exact number of how many of the hostages, which is I call them hostages. Nobody knows how many are still involved in the hunger strike, but I was just told it's decreasing. Yesterday I was told it was still about 200. All I was told today is it's waning. So obviously that makes sense, because it is very difficult to abstain from eating for a long time, but there are still prisoners inside that are partaking in the hunger strike. What is not waning is the labor strike. If you don't know, the hostages inside were working for $1 or so a day.
Voluntarily, by the way.
Voluntarily. And they were even having those payments for the slave labor delayed. Many of them were never even getting the payment.
It's all voluntary.
What's that? Huh? Oh, that's Cam, the right-wing propagandist.
You're literally lying on camera. How am I lying?
Tell me.
Slave labor in there. It's voluntary work program. They get paid. There's no slave labor.
They get paid.
Oh my God.
They get paid $1.
They're not forced.
They get paid. They get paid $1.
Have to work.
Thanks.
They get paid $1 if they choose to work.
I'm not interested in giving you airtime. So get the fuck out of my way.
I'm not going to leave. You're lying.
Get the fuck out of here. So he says the voluntary slave labor. Correction, voluntary slave labor. Okay,
voluntary slave labor.
Cool. Go back. Message your friend Stephen Miller. You fucking loser. All right. So they're on a hunger strike. They're still on a hunger strike, and they're still on a hunger. I don't want to give Cam Hegby airtime. I don't want to give Cam Hegby that's what he's looking for. So that's a right-wing propagandist who's hopped around from Minneapolis to Chicago. There's been reports that he essentially.
Sir, just watch your back here. Right?
Okay, thanks. He essentially is coordinating with the White House. He is in communication with the White House, Trump's team. It's not just him. There's others, other right-wing journalists like Nick Shirley who are in communication with the White House. And often what he does when he's reporting is basically try to provoke protesters to get in his face or attack him so he could then be a victim and make money and basically try to push a narrative that there's a violent terrorist Antifa. So that's who was just telling you that it's voluntary slave labor because they're volunteering to pay. And by the way, I'm about to tell you they're not volunteering. I'm about to correct him because I'm an actual journalist and he's not. We'll get to that in a minute. All right. So, number one, I was told that they are all still on a labor strike. And interestingly enough, Geo Group, the for-profit prison operator inside, that made $254 million in profit last year because of camps like this, they're more pissed about the labor part of it than the hunger part. Hey, you want to starve yourself? Fine. They're not upset with that. They're more pissed about the labor strike because they don't want to actually have to do any work. They have the, what did he call it? The volunteers cleaning, sweeping the floors. Do you know what happened to one of the volunteers last night? This journalist told you they're volunteers. He had his nose broken inside when they beat the shit out of prisoners. You know why he had his nose broken? Because he refused to sweep. He refused to sweep the floors. That's called a labor strike. And an ICE guard broke his nose and he was hospitalized. So maybe he should look up in, I don't know, one of the encyclopedias or a dictionary what the word volunteer means. Because a hostage inside had his nose broken yesterday by a guard because he refused to sweep. Anyway, I was told that one of the prisoners that were beaten senseless yesterday, he was hospitalized. There was also several hospitalized for respiratory issues because the guards inside deployed pepper spray while closing the vents. That's called gassing people. When you close vents and release pepper spray, you're basically creating a gas chamber. And the ventilation is already very poor in there. So several were hospitalized because they couldn't breathe. So maybe that's also volunteering. They're volunteering to be gassed inside. So I was also told that the guards in there and the employees in there were threatening the few that get released a day, were threatening them to don't walk to the tent. Don't walk to the tent. So the tent with all the supporters, they threaten them, if you are released, don't walk to the tent where the activists are and the organizers are that will hug you and celebrate your release, which will actually provide some joy and maybe some media attention, not to stop at the tent if you, quote, don't want consequences. And by the way, I'm reporting to you what I'm being told from the lead organizers, who Cam Higbee does not care to talk to. And the lead organizers are in communication with the families and the prisoners inside. So they're getting it directly from the volunteers. Oh, you streaming me? Hey. So,
Tell us followers where to watch real news.
yeah, if you want to stop being indoctrinated by a cultist loser, status Coup YouTube.
We're gonna get a clip of you.
All right.
It's all right.
So we also know that, by the way, you know what he's doing now. This literally what he's doing is trying to make money for himself. He's all about acting like a victim. He's all about acting like
staff. I don't
Yeah.
have a staff.
Right.
You make more money than I do, dumbass.
I make more money than you do? Okay, we'll compare notes. Again, I don't want to give him more attention. So, and by the way, be curious about his lack of a full staff, because pretty sure who's paying for his travel? Go check the White House for that. All right, so the prisoners inside are being threatened not to walk to what they call the radical hospitality tent because they don't want a scene of joy. They don't want a scene that the media to show the people inside, who, by the way, are being kept inside in many cases for months with no charges. They are only inside because Trump, instead of giving money to create more immigration judges so that they could get in front of a judge before 4, 5, 6 months, Trump is giving more money for tanks and for stormtroopers. So that's what's going on. I was also told now we'll get to the free speech zones. So Governor Mikey Sherrill announced today that she was deploying the state police here to what they're saying, protect the protesters, protect everybody, right? So the state police are here, and they've basically created road blockages on two sides of the road here. So you cannot, if you're just like If you're not like a trucker, or you don't work on this road, or a mainstream journalist, because interestingly enough, state police are allowing mainstream media in, whoever that is. And I don't blame the state police because they don't get to dictate who mainstream media is. But anyway, it's interesting that CNN gets allowed in to park like right here, even though CNN, literally I saw the guy sitting in his car while protesters were being bum rushed into trucks. So they're allowed in, but actual journalists who are live for 6 hours getting pepper sprayed, damn near tased, we have to park a mile away. But that's okay. So they've created this barrier here. So people are having to walk in. And you see what Cam Higby's doing? He can't actually report himself. So he's literally just following me for his own money, for his own appeasement. So, I was also told, that the New Jersey Department of Health was denied full entry here. So the New Jersey I've been saying for days, like, this is a prison in the state of New Jersey. It doesn't matter if it's a private prison. They have to follow health and environmental regulations. So why isn't the governor sending in the health inspectors, the attorney general? Well, apparently they tried to and were denied full entry. I'm not a lawyer, but how is the governor and the attorney general and the health department denied entry into a corporation doing business in the state of New Jersey? A lawyer would have to tell me that. That doesn't really make sense. But obviously, they're being denied entry for some reason, right? The politicians that come here, if they're allowed in, they're being kept outside waiting for, in some cases, an hour for some reason, right? So they were denied entry. I was also told, so the state police are here, and there are state police far down the road. They're here on horseback. Not all of them, but there are horseback with state police. And we've seen that in other areas, including the Broadview ICE prison in Chicago, where state police came and tried to create free speech zones. So here they are basically trying to create little pens for the protesters to be good little protesters in free speech zones. I hate to say, but all of America is supposed to be a free speech zone. You're not supposed to designate certain areas that are okay for free speech. What do you think if during the 1950s and 60s they designated free speech zones for the civil rights protesters? No, you can't march that bridge. You have to go to a free speech zone over here. That's not how protest works. That's not how civil disobedience works. And if you show the camera, John, the protesters are refusing to go to the quote-unquote free speech zone. They're refusing to go to the free speech zone. So we also have I've also been told Newark police. This is the city of Newark. Oh, I've also been told Newark police in the city of Newark, they don't want to come here. And they don't want to come here because they have no respect for ICE. And Newark police know that the things that ICE are doing are illegal. So I just spoke with someone who literally has a source in the police union. And the police in New Jersey, the Newark police, don't want to be involved here. They don't want to help ICE. And again, I'm not trying to talk up the Newark police because there's plenty of problems with the police in America. But they don't want to be here because essentially they don't want to risk their own careers. They don't want to help illegal actions and then risk being fired or risk losing their pensions. That's what I was told. Governor Mikey Sherrill, she said in her press conference, outside Delaney Hall has grown unsafe, and that's completely unacceptable. She says she will not give ICE an excuse to expand operations in New Jersey, so that's why she's doing all this, where she's trying to create a free speech zone. And I'm not going to give attention to it right now, but Cam Higby, this is what he does. He's trying to, the right-wing charlatan, he's trying to create fights. He's basically trying to create violence against him so that they could push the narrative that these are violent Antifa terrorists attacking so-called journalists. So you see he already antagonized me on camera. And by the way, the whole Cam Higbee doesn't have a staff. I'd love to know who's paying for him to travel around the country. My guess is he has a lot more money than Status Coup does. That I can tell you. And we have a staff of 5 people, if you call that a staff. All right. Let's move around, show you what's going on. Please smash that like button. Please share this live stream. Reminder, it's day 8 of the hunger strike. Although the hunger strike portion of it is waning, there are less people on the hunger strike. All the prisoners are still on a labor strike. That is what the guards inside are most pissed off about. That is why one of the prisoners that was beaten senseless yesterday and his nose was broken because he refused to sweep the floor. So that is why they're on a labor strike, because these are the torturous conditions that have been going on here for over a year. We know, because we started reporting before the hunger strike started. We were here. We know that maggots were served in the food. Maggots were served in the food in a camp where the owners make $254 million a year in profit. They were being fed expired food, being deprived medication. Prisoners are being deprived medication. Pregnant women have miscarried and have not had access to an OGBNY. If you're a woman and you have given birth, you know you need a doctor. We know that prisoners have been kept awake throughout the night. That's a form of psychological torture. Yesterday, Congresswoman Ana Lilia Mejia confirmed that the guards inside released pepper spray while closing the vent. That is called gassing people. When you have no ventilation and you're releasing pepper spray, you can't breathe. And tomorrow, by the way, let's show this. So right now, this is a combat war veteran. And there are some kind of MAGA antagonizers here that are antagonizing.
I know you don't know nothing about that. But you said you're here for the First Amendment.
It's not showing.
So what do you have to say about the
fact? Why are you so agitated?
Bro, get to
because
the argument. Get
I
to the
fucking went to
argument.
war 6 fucking times for
Right.
this country.
But you haven't.
Because I fucking care about the Constitution and the First Amendment. Because I swore a fucking oath to it, homie. I fucking care.
Right.
And I'm out here standing for that very fucking oath. How? Because human beings are being tortured and separated, and families are being terrorized by race in the United States of America.
Yeah, they're getting targeted
Do
by
you think
immigration
that's a
status.
problem? We think that's a problem. But hold on. Even if you don't agree, that's what fucking America's about. We're allowed to fucking stand here and fucking have our opinions and disagree with the government.
Okay.
And the government has a fucking army out here to make sure that our voices aren't fucking heard.
You guys
to
are making
make
it pretty-
sure that their opinion is
You're
the
making
only
it pretty
opinion,
heard. You're
which is
making it pretty heard
fundamentally,
right now.
which is fundamentally anti-American,
You guys
right?
are making it pretty.
It's
pretty heard
fundamentally
right now.
anti-American.
You guys
isn't
are making it pretty loud now. I don't see anybody getting
Would
suppressed.
you like to respond to any of the things that I said?
I just did.
What? Yeah.
I just did. You said Americans are being silenced, suppressed. They're not allowed to use their First Amendment right. Look around you. Take a look.
And what? And
He's only 14 years old. Look at him. Leave him alone.
they have the
He's a
legal
child.
right.
Leave him alone. He's a child.
I'm definitely
He's a child.
not.
He's a child. Look at him.
I'm
Does
a
your mom
child.
know
We're
you're
solid,
here?
guys.
I'm a child.
Does your mommy
You
know
guys
you're
love
here?
children.
Wait, does your mommy know
You guys love children.
Let's continue our conversation.
So that is a prelude. That is a prelude. There is some MAGA coming tomorrow, we hear. So MAGA for breakfast. What's better, right? So I don't know the exact numbers with these things. In a lot of cases, and John can attest to this because you've seen this in Minneapolis, you've seen this in Broadview, in Chicago. You know, they put these posters out. Pro-ICE people are coming. And, you know, you hear before, 200 of them are coming and they're flying in and this and that. And then the day of it ends up being like 6 people and their mommy. So I don't know how many of them are coming, but we do know some of them are coming. It could be some of the same clowns like Cam Higbee, but we know Jake Lang. Is Jake Lang still in jail? Okay, so he's in jail, so he'll miss the party. But we know there's others. We think that at least there's going to be an attempt to separate the anti-ICE protesters and the pro-MAGA protesters.
So they have
Yeah, show them.
set on both sides.
Yeah, so show them. So basically, they have orange fencing. So what they're trying to do tomorrow is put the pro-ICE, pro-stormtroopers pro ICE terrorism in one pen, and the anti-ICE, anti-kidnapping, anti-hostage taking people in another pen. We'll see how it works out. We'll be here tomorrow live. But reminder, folks, we have been out here live every single day of this hunger strike, and we were here before it started. John and I were live 3 weeks ago here when no media was here. We were here when it was the 1 year anniversary of this camp being open. And we spoke with loved ones, and we didn't have the same numbers then in audience, but we were here because it mattered. We were here before a hunger strike. We were here before they were pepper spraying people and pushing protesters, unarmed protesters, into oncoming traffic. Remember, the last few nights, the federal government's troopers have been pushing protesters into traffic. And by the way, it didn't have to happen. You know why? Because 3 days ago, protesters were standing and protesting on the public sidewalk. This is a public sidewalk here. I've called the city of Newark. It's a public sidewalk. Protesters were on the public sidewalk protesting, and then ICE, because they create the law, or mangle the law, they decided, no, this is not a public sidewalk, this is private property, and push people into the street. And that's why you saw, we got the footage, thanks to Will, one of our camera people back there, we got footage of them karate kicking an unarmed protester into an 18-wheeler. And by the grace of God, that person whose foot was run over and leg was nearly bent is okay. We also got footage of an ICE agent pushing a female protester into a moving transport van. And by the way, there was another option, because guess what? If people are engaged in civil disobedience, if people are blocking vans, blocking cars, there's a different option than pushing them into oncoming traffic. You could get zip ties and just arrest them, because the people out here are knowingly risking arrest. That's what civil disobedience is. But instead of arresting them, they have enough stormtroopers to arrest protesters. They continue to pepper spray them. They ran across the train tracks and tased someone literally right after we interviewed him. He didn't do anything. He was literally with us, and then a minute later, they're chasing him across a train track. What if a train was coming? Do you think they know the train schedule? Anyway,
Can I bring someone on stream and tell a story real quick?
yeah, come on. So we're going to bring somebody on. Please smash the like button. And remember, statuscoup.com/join. We need your support. We do not have funding from Geo Group. We do not have funding from whoever the fuck is funding Cam Higbee, because I can tell you it's not him. Somebody is funding this right-wing propaganda. And by the way, there's been reports out there that people like Cam Higbee are literally in communication with the White House. That's not me. That's journalists reporting that. That's not journalism. That's literally coordinating with politicians. Come on over here.
Bring my friend Howard on real quick. So as you guys know, we reported this morning how trying to arrive at Delaney Hall, there was new roadblocks set up by the police, by the state police. They weren't allowing cars through, except besides some actual trucks that needed to come this way. And even when we flashed our press passes, we weren't allowed through. Howard, you're an independent photojournalist. Tell us about your experience trying to come through.
Well, I tried to come through, and there was obviously plenty of parking down here. And said, "Can I drive down here? I've got all my gear, everything else. It's easier getting out." And they were like, "No, mainstream media only," which I had never heard before, really. And I said to them, they actually showed up today, so it's.
They showed up so they could drive right up to the spot. They've all been parked over there this whole time. They take their breaks in their cars. They sit off camera while they're just waiting to be called to do their little segment, and then they go back in their cars. They turn on the AC, and that's not status quo, right? That's not independent photojournalists like us.
Nope.
We park as far away as they make us park. We hoof it over here with all of our gear on our backs. I mean, you're pretty geared up here, right?
Yeah.
But we made it out here. We're
Right.
doing the hard work.
Always.
Well, thank you so much for telling your story, Howard. We'll see you out there.
Thank you.
Jordan, back to you.
I want to emphasize something. I mean, this is not, to be clear, this story is not about us. So I just want to make a point because I think it's important. The state police, people could argue whether it's a good thing that they're here or not. I actually think it is a good thing that police are here, but not to create free speech zones. The police should be here stopping ICE from pushing unarmed people into oncoming traffic. That's what the police should be doing. That's what I think. Anyway, but think about how sick it is that the state police in their roadblocks are letting in who they deem mainstream media, like CNN, and they're refusing to let in who they deem, I guess, not real media, like us, the people who have been live for 6 hours yesterday, who have been live every day, who have been working 18 hours a day, who are accurately reporting what's going on, who have been here before the hunger strike. We were here a year ago, almost a year ago in June. John was live the night that several of the hostages escaped from here because of the torturous conditions. So just let that sink in, that the people that they're allowing in to park right here and do whatever they want are the same people that are journalists, were sitting in their cars. They were not out here while ICE was bum rushing people and basically trying to get people killed. Because I said for the last few days, somebody's going to get killed. So that's who they deem mainstream media. Anyway, before I go talk to people, again, I'm not beyond begging you. Every night we're live, our goal is to add at least 100 to 150 paid members. And the reason is for us to broadcast, for us to be here every day, for us to pay our cameramen, for us to pay me. We have, contrary to Mr. Higbee, we have a small staff of 5 people to pay them. Our editors, our producers, we don't take corporate money. Our funding is from you, the people. So I really want you to think about what do you pay $5 on a month? You could support us for as low as $5 a month, and that equals 16 cents a day. There's got to be a subscription you have that you even forgot you had, or a subscription you have that you don't really need. Please, statuscoup.com/join. I really appreciate it.
Horseback and buses, command centers.
Can we show that? So that's the state police down the road on their horseback. And before we talk to people, I just want to bring John on for a second, our cameraman, who he deserves multiple awards because he shared with me, and JT also shared with us, our journalist from Wisconsin, that what they're doing here is basically exactly what they did outside of Chicago. Tell people what happened there.
Same thing. The first couple of days, it was a battle, protesters with ICE. And then after that, state police came in, created a buffer zone, put all these free speech zones around, and then it became, protesters facing off with state police. I'm thinking. I gotta think and look around. All right. I'm not you. I can't look into the camera. I'm not professional like you. So yeah, it's the same. But come here. I want to talk to you. I'm not talking to them. But I am talking to them. So yeah.
So this was Broadview Detention Center camp, about a half hour outside of Chicago. Before Minneapolis, Chicago was the first terror state. Actually, LA was, excuse me. And then they went to Chicago. That's where Air Bovino reigned his terror. But basically, the Broadview police came in and tried to create these free speech zones. And didn't it basically end up that they were essentially just helping ICE?
Yeah, right. Just creating a buffer. That's it. So.
And throughout your coverage there were a lot of instances where police, the Broadview police or state troopers in Illinois, started beating protesters. And the protesters were saying, wait a minute, why are you blocking the street to help ICE move these transport vans in and out? You're here. You say you're here. The protesters are saying you say you're here to keep the protesters safe, but you're helping ICE.
Right, and that was the issue with Governor Pritzker. Right? You know why he said he was very against ICE, but why is his police assisting them technically? So that's what we're going to see here. We saw it in Broadview. We saw it at Whipple in Minneapolis. It's the same playbook, So it's going to happen here.
All right, let's move around.
Let's see if we get Ian.
Yeah.
I know he's in the middle of it, but if you want to try and get him in.
Okay. Let's show you some of the passion, because there are kind of right-wing MAGA influencers here. I wouldn't call them I wouldn't really call them influencers. I'd call them charlatans. But a six-tour combat veteran right now, clout chasers. A six-tour combat veteran right now is explaining the Constitution to a MAGA guy. Excuse me.
Or law or order. I do. That's not what you're here for. You're here to get famous, dude. We're here because we fucking stand for something. People here are willing to fucking die. Yeah, you stand for fucking white supremacy.
I don't. I stand for more than do it.
All right, let's try to interview. Hey, Ian. Ian, can I talk to you? This is, remind me of your last name, Ian?
Austin.
So we've talked a few nights. First, as much as I want to ask you about, that, I need to ask you earlier.
Yeah.
Because I literally was texting with you and you told me, all right, I'm just going to go walk down since they're blocking off the street. What happened when you tried to walk down here to exercise your First Amendment right earlier today?
Yeah, I was actually cracking up because I was texting Jolly like where I parked. I'm like, oh, I'll see you in a minute. Like I'm real close, and I didn't even make it over here. You know, yeah, I parked down the road, and I was just walking over, and I saw that they were blocking the streets. And being in Minnesota, you know, what was happening was ICE was coming out in the streets and beating the shit out of people. And it doesn't look good when you have men in combat uniforms beating peaceful protesters, right? Because that's the First Amendment. And what happened is that they brought the police in to get between the people and ICE so that ICE could stop doing that. And it seems like that's what's happening here when I see them blocking off the road. And so I'm asking them, hey, what are you guys blocking off the road for? You know, what's your name? What's your badge number? Why are you blocking off the road? And what's the law? What's the legal code? You know, you're a law enforcement officer. What law are you enforcing? And they didn't have one. They pulled out a little piece of paper that had 2 sentences of like, you know, we're here to protect the people. And, you know, it's like we have our own free will, right? Like we know we're in danger, you know? So it's like you're not protecting us. That's the excuse that they're using. But what they're actually doing is protecting America at large from seeing what's happening here because it's not on the major news, right? And people actually aren't seeing it unless they're looking for it. But what's happening is that men in military uniforms are beating civilians in the streets for expressing their First Amendment right.
I don't know if they're beating civilians. They're pushing civilians into oncoming trucks.
That's, you know, it's like these kids over here, I was just talking to them about that, and it's like, where's the video proof? I'm like, I don't know, sorry, dude. I didn't have time to scrub the internet for the video.
The video proof's on Status Quo's channel.
Yeah, there you go.
Cam, you want video proof? It's on our channel. It's not AI. We got 3-4 nights of them pushing unarmed protesters into semi-trucks. Learn how to scour the internet or read.
So it's like on some level I can understand why the state would go, okay, we're going to put people here, right? We need to, the people are in danger because the federal government is pushing people into oncoming traffic. But that's where I go, no, that's our right. That's our free will. We're choosing to be here and protest. And the police deciding where we're, you know, they've got fucking free speech zones here. Like, what is the rest of the country if you're only allowed free speech in those areas? It's like, it's insane. So,
if those are free speech zones, are these like free speech crevices? How does that work?
Exactly. It's kind of laughable.
So what happened after you just calmly asked the officers for legal explanation what they were doing?
Well, they just gave me zero answer about it other than what they read off that piece of paper. And I'm like, just repeatedly asking for the law. And, you know, at the beginning he had said, you need to get out of the street. And I was talking to him for a while, and it wasn't like there was a whole bunch of like, get out, get out, get out, get out. It was like they were kind of just not responding to me. And eventually he's like, we keep telling you to get out. And I'm like, okay, man, sorry, I was just trying to ask you questions, and I'm about to turn and walk away. And I guess since I responded with words, he's like, you're under arrest. And they didn't like give me any charges or anything. They just took me. And then later they said, oh, well, it was a dangerous situation. Which I don't understand. We were like standing on the side where the road was blocked off. But
so dangerous situation.
And therefore they didn't have to like give me my rights and my.
What was the danger? They're standing in the middle of a road that's blocked.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is an intersection, you know, but we're standing where the cars can't come to, so.
Yeah, we're good. Were people not hearing that, or?
No. It's good.
All right. So, did they take you to like a precinct, or where were you taken, and for how long?
Having anxiety because it feels like maybe they're not pointing at me, but they're
Yeah.
What did you ask?
Where did they take you, and for how long?
Yeah, actually, it wasn't that long of amount of time. I don't even know. It was seemingly like a transit police situation. I don't know because it was like very small, just a few cops. It wasn't more than 15 minutes from here.
They took you somewhere, and what happened next?
They put me in a cell. They actually chained me to the bench, so I was sitting on the ground, chained, couldn't move, which was pretty surprising to me. I mean, I've been arrested before, and I've been taken into frickin' Whipple where they're treating people frickin' inhumanely, and I wasn't frickin' chained to a frickin' bench, you know? But they were mad, you know? It was like, when I get taken by them, it's like, you know, when I'm getting driven by frickin' Homeland Security agents or ICE agents, I'm talking to them the whole time. And it's like they want me to stop talking, and I'm like, I'm going to get through to you guys in some way. And it's like, because I used to be them, right? You know? So it's like, I know that I can access it in some manner. And
So
it really happens.
for people that don't know, you served 6 combat tours. Where?
In Afghanistan with 1st Ranger Battalion. And yeah, so, well, shit, what was I saying?
You used to be them, you were saying.
Yeah, and so I'm talking to them, and it's like I'm just talking to myself. They're not really responding, but I've learned that like there's sort of like a tipping point where it's like, oh, suddenly it's like, because if you talk in simple terms enough about like the First Amendment, right, about the Constitution, about what is your job as law enforcement, like aren't you enforcing these laws? Like what are we doing out here? Isn't this? Please explain this to me. It doesn't make sense, and it seems to reach them in some way. And so all of a sudden, a flip switch. The guy initially came in and told me, you know, we're going to take you for fingerprinting and do your charges and whatnot. And he's like, well, we know who you are. You know, you stormed that church. And I'm like, all right, buddy. Like, you think you know who I am, but actually you just showed me who you are, you know? And we go out there and he's doing this stuff and I'm talking. They're not really listening. And I talk to him about the church and I'm like, first of all, we didn't storm a church.
You're referring to you're one of the Minneapolis protesters who were arrested for the crime of peacefully protesting in a church.
Yeah, and so they say, oh, we stormed a church. That's the narrative from the right. We went to a church service, participated in this church service. I sang the hymns, and then the preacher lawyer that led us there stood up and spoke to the preacher, and it only got louder when the preacher started yelling. And the reason, you know, okay, so so he's all mad, and then I'm asking him, did you know that the reason that we were there protesting, expressing our First Amendment right, is that the preacher was the director of the field office of ICE? And to us, as people that were raised Christian, a lot of us still Christians, those things don't align. How can you be terrorizing people by the color of their skin and a preacher of the Bible, right? Jesus stood with the oppressed, with the lepers, with the meek, right? So it's like, this is incomprehensible to us. And he goes, oh, actually, I didn't know that. And all of a sudden, everyone was nice to me. They were all mean to me, and then a switch flipped, and they were all nice to me.
You know, the reason I'm asking you for the specifics is I find it really, you know, people are focused right now on ICE and Trump, rightly so. But people need to understand that the so-called law in this country is abused every day. I mean, let's start with the last few days here. 3 days ago, before things got violent, the protesters were protesting on that, can we show it? We're protesting on the public sidewalk. I got to remind you, it's a public sidewalk. So that you didn't have violence because the protesters were on the sidewalk. And ICE at the time was not pushing them into the street for the most part. But ICE decided, because they don't need to follow laws in this country, and Donald Trump and Stephen Miller have basically said you have full immunity or we'll pardon you. So crack skulls, kill people, do whatever you want.
And what more example do you need than people being executed in the street and not being punished? You know, so they know they're not going to.
Right. So the point is, they then declared the public sidewalk is private property. No, it's not, but they're just making up the law. And I was asking you the specifics of this because the state police, the governor said, are being brought here to keep the protesters safe, but they just arrested you for asking them questions too much and didn't. Were you charged with something?
Yeah, I did. Ended up being charged with disorderly conduct and blocking traffic or something to a road that's already blocked.
Right. And my last question for you, two more. One, I want to obviously keep the focus on the prisoners inside. I'm told that one of them yesterday, while they were beaten, had his nose broken because he refused to sweep. So basically, Cam Higbee said they're volunteers. They volunteer. Yeah, they're volunteering to work $1 a day. That's right, volunteers. But because they're still on labor strike, they're still going strong on the labor strike, and he refused to sweep. The guard beat him so senseless he broke his nose. Others, I'm told, were taken to the hospital because they couldn't breathe. Respiratory because they were releasing pepper spray inside while closing the vents. Wouldn't this be declared in war like torture?
Oh, 100%. And you see that all over the place in terms of their actions. You know, I mean, particularly like, you know, Renee Goode and Alex Preddy, right? It's like we would be court-martialed, right? You know, like the protocols are way more strict, right? Like you have to be way more sure that somebody is doing something wrong in a war where other people are attacking you than these guys are being against people expressing their First Amendment right.
My last question, I did ask you this last night, but we were kind of in a rush because they were storming people. You know, I think it's so important as a veteran.
Wait, can I go back to 1 second?
Yeah.
You were talking about the
You've had a long day. It's okay.
Yeah, it was the prisons and okay. So what's happening here, right? You were talking about how they're getting paid $1 a day, and it's slavery. And it's not new, right? And so we had slavery, and we actually still have slavery. It's called the prison system, where people are working for corporations for pennies on the dollar. And that's like, if these concentration camps that are being put up all over the place, like, it's going to be slave labor. It's going to be more slave labor. And I just want to point out, like, well, yes, absolutely, we should have our focus here. And I hope people realize, like, this isn't new. This is just a different form of the same thing that we've always had, you know? I don't know, it's just jumping out to me.
My question to you is, you know, I think that there's a group of veterans who have kind of, like, you know, been very vocal against Trump. Jolly Good Ginger is here, others, and they travel around and try to support protesters. But I'm really curious because you basically said you used to be kind of like MAGA-ish. You were conservative, possibly when you were in the military. I think there's a lot of veterans now that are still like card-carrying, Trump card people. We were kind of rushed last night, but like, what would be your message if you could just calmly talk to them? Because I think a lot of them might truly believe that the president is somehow honoring veterans or protecting the country. What would be your message to MAGA veterans?
You know, I mean, I don't necessarily, well, I would like to maybe litigate all of politics, but I don't want to right now. But, you know, to me, it just comes back to that oath, right? That's the simplest way to get to it, because we have all of our different opinions about what should be and how the world shouldn't be. But fundamentally, we have a right to have our own opinion. And what's happening out here is the government is trying to silence dissent from their extremist actions that are fundamentally opposed to the Constitution. So if you stand for the oath, if you meant the oath that you took, right, when you raised your right hand, and for so many guys, their whole identity is wrapped around this military, like persona, I guess, you know, and that's what's confusing for me, because it's like, well, wait, this oath that you took is being flagrantly violated. So it's like, was the oath, were you not serious about that then? Or like, you're just choosing to look the other way now, right? Because so many of the conservative values and that we're stood for are being trampled on right now. And somehow the historical conservatives don't care. And it's like, wait, what do you guys believe in? Like, I thought I believed in the same things as you guys, but then all of a sudden the world's acting in direct opposition to that, and we're going, okay, that's fine. I guess because, like, it's our side, or, like, and we want to, like, be the ones that win, but it's like, that's not what the United States, the people are supposed to choose. And right now, we're seeing the people systematically lose their right to choose,
Tell people your name again, and you also have a GoFundMe for your legal bills, correct?
Yeah, my name's Ian Austin. I'm Weapon of Mass Production on Instagram, and there's a GoFundMe in my bio.
And you've had a lot of legal costs because everyone has that was charged with crimes of protesting at a church. So people can check that out. Thanks for talking to us again. I appreciate it. Before we show you what's going on, there was something important I forgot to tell you when I started the broadcast. And again, smash the like button, share this live stream, day 8 of the hunger and labor strike. We have been live every single day of this. Last night we were live 6 hours and 17 minutes. 6 hours. I got home and I couldn't fucking walk. And I got home at 1:30. I woke up at 3:30 with my 1-year-old, and I was burning. My neck was burning and my arms were burning from the pepper spray. Pepper spray stays with you. And I was just I was too tired when I got home to actually deal with it. You're supposed to clean yourself and then shower and etc. But I was told by a source who spoke with Mayor Ras Baraka's office, Mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka's office. I was told by a source that spoke with Mayor Ras Baraka's office of Newark. He was the mayor who was arrested last year outside of the Delaney ice camp. All right, we're working on fixing the focus issue. So they can hear me okay? All right. So as long as you can hear me, we're working on the focus issue with the camera. But I was told that there are FBI and HSI agents pretty much undercover here. And they have been here every day of the hunger strike. That might not seem like shocking to you, and you might just say, like, no shit, Sherlock. But why I think it's important to point out that there are undercover FBI and HSI here is there's likely some plants. And I've seen that everywhere. Standing Rock, there were government plants that pretended to be part of the movement. There's been plants that I've seen in Flint with protesters fighting for clean water. There's been plants at Black Lives Matter protests, but I am pretty confident the fact that there is FBI and undercover HSI, that's Homeland Security Investigations, that's what HSI stands for, that there are essentially Trump government officials in the crowd pretending to be with the protesters and probably provoking some of what's going on. All right. We'll wait. I guess we'll wait till that's settled before moving in.
It's okay right now.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, the right-wing charlatan count is growing. Nick Sorter's here. So you got Cam Higby here, and Nick Sorter's here. You know what's interesting to me? I wanted to bring something up that's important. You know what's so interesting that they're all about law and order and they're blocking the traffic? They don't have an answer for what was January 6th. That was bad and wrong?
This is the problem.
Wait, let me ask you. No. Wait. Was it bad or wrong that the president pardoned all of the January 6th? One second, I'm not done with the question. All of the January 6th convicts, that he wants to do a $1.8 billion fund to pay them. Was that bad if you condemn what happened on January 6th?
Yeah, I've never heard about the fund, but considering
You've never heard of the 1.8? Wait a minute. You've never heard of the 1.8? No, I'm not going to let you lie on camera. You've never heard of the what? That's literally been the major news story this week that Donald Trump.
I've been here all week.
No, you haven't. I've been here all week. You have not been here all week.
I got here the other day. I went to Georgia yesterday to debunk AOC's water bullshit.
You've been here all week. Okay.
So
continue.
Anyway, do I get to answer your question? Okay. So they were held in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day for 4 years with no conviction. So yeah, I think they probably deserved a pardon. Now, do I think January 6th was just and okay? No, I think it was wrong. I think that it was totally abhorrent. I think that they should have gone to jail properly with due process. I think they should have been convicted and then gone to jail, but they weren't. Now, see, when I see violence on my side, I condemn it. When you see it on your side, you support it.
Wait.
That's a kind of major contradiction, what you just said.
How's that?
So you're saying that the January 6th convicts did not have due process, did not have charges in many cases, and were put in solitary confinement? Are you aware? Are you aware what's going on in here?
Yeah, due process. Every single person who's deported sees a deportation or immigration magistrate. 100%.
So I'm sincerely asking you this. Are you aware that they are threatening and putting people in solitary confinement in there? Are you aware that there are people in here? Wait. Let me finish. So how do you know they're breaking the rules of the facility?
Because they're pressing themselves against the window and flicking the light switches. They're doing it performatively. Obviously, I know they're breaking the rules. Are you dumb? You've been here.
So do you? I'm sincerely asking you a question. I know you're a grifter, but I just sincerely want to ask. I want to sincerely ask. Do you think hundreds of prisoners inside a prison are lying to their loved ones that they're being beaten? Do you think hundreds? Do you think hundreds of prisoners inside a prison are lying to their loved ones that there were maggots in their food?
Yes.
You do.
Evidence you think Jerry Nadler? Hold up, put the mic over here. You think Jerry Nadler went in there, saw worms, and didn't take photos? If Jerry Nadler went in there, saw
They're not allowed to have their phones in there.
Dude,
are you? All right, I can't. Bullshit. I can't with this guy.
Bullshit.
Just
wait.
Go back to having Donnie's. He's got Donald Trump's dick so far down his mouth he might throw up. I can't. This guy is okay. Enjoy. Clip it. Enjoy yourself. So we're good.
Locked again.
His story.
Okay.
His kids were something like that.
Sure.
If you want to set up a formal debate, I'm more than happy.
No, I don't.
Your shit if you want to do a formal debate.
Trump's dick is too far in your mouth. I can't debate you. I can't debate you. Yes, I'm terrified.
You're a runner.
I'm very terrified.
Okay.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Enjoy your day, pal.
Anytime. When you.
So what's interesting here, when you actually challenge people like that, with actual facts, they say, no, that's a lie. Show me the proof. So you know what that's called? A double negative. They probably don't know what a double negative means. Show me the proof. No, that's a lie. Show me the proof. So he's literally talking about January 6ers were in solitary confinement. January 6ers didn't have charges. So he trusts that, right? He trusts that. But when prisoners call their loved ones frantically that they're being fed maggots,
They call their loved ones. How'd they get access to a phone? If the conditions are so bad, how'd they get a phone, bro?
Oh my God!
Holy shit!
I can't.
Oh my God! Fogged again! Fogged again, dude! How'd they get
so
phones?
stupid.
How'd they get phones
This
in
is
there,
so
bro? The
stupid.
conditions are so bad. How are they calling their loved ones? You're a fucking schmuck. Holy shit! This guy's a retard.
So I'm not gonna. Cam Higby's basically trying to change the story here to himself.
iPads, but they have to pay more than $1 for every single minute that they talk to family members. Does he want to pay $1 for every minute that he talks to family members? Absolutely not.
It's actually worse than that. Loved ones. I spoke with Gabriela Soto. She had to spend $180 a week to put. That's a working class person. To put money in for the privilege of talking to her husband.
That's exactly right.
So they're saying,
It's going to the minutes that I was talking about. Yes.
and these people are saying, how are the conditions so bad if they're able to use a phone?
I want him, that guy right there that thinks he has, all this information. I want him to stay here 1 week, 1 day, literally.
I don't think it lasts one night.
Literally. So it's really ridiculous.
Come on. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Kavork.
Tell me what your shirt says.
My shirt says My Sneaker Palace, MSP. I'm the CEO of MSP. And then it says Bring My Kids Back to New Jersey.
And tell me about your kids and what happened.
Oh, my kids' ages 5 and 7. Gone. 3,000 miles away over corruption out of the family court fraud house of Bergen County. Now, when I say that, I don't mean as older judges, right? I had 2 great honorable judges that I will never forget for the rest of my life, and I will highly speak about them. We got Honorable Judge James Jimmy Guido, awesome judge, He was doing the right thing from the beginning. He smelled the whole thing. He retires. Judge Julie Kim gets in. A beautiful lady again. Because of her, I got to see one of my son's birthday only out of all his birthdays. And
Where were they sent to?
California, somewhere in Los Angeles. And only one Halloween. I love Halloween, so I take that very personal, dressing up. And then here comes the bully. My ex-wife's brother has a lot of money. They bought out my own attorney. Transcripts go missing. The kids get taken away from me. Gone. If you read the JOD that was read against me, you'd be like, where is justice in here? How? Why? So many questions. Obviously, I have all the proof in my phone that I would love to share with everybody as well. I want to bring as much awareness as possible. I am not the only one. If you do search up the judge I'm talking about, there's over 3,600 people calling for her impeachment. I believe that's alarming. You know what I mean? Or somebody should be looking into this. Transparency. You will find organizations. You will even find a whole book about her on Amazon, coming from different families. Now, that's a little overboard, you know what I mean? Somebody should look into this. We need transparency immediately. This is her. And there goes. And if you Google her name, too, you are going to read a lot of bullshit. No room in corruption when there's kids around. You know what I mean? You can make money. Money is not the issue here. The problem is you can't rewind your kids' lives back. I lost their childhood. Why? Because somebody wanted to get paid off? Because they're allowed?
And tell me about you being here.
I just want to give you guys a warning. State police are coming down the road in riot gear, so just be ready.
So state police are coming in riot gear, he says, so we'll see what happens. Right now it's calm, but we'll see what happens. Can you tell me, what do you think about what's going on here? Because it's obviously day 8 of a hunger and labor strike, and they've been suffering for over a year inside here, and it's not just this ICE camp. These conditions are everywhere.
I don't like it. I have to keep it honest with you. My barber for 22 years is in there as well. Man, never had...
I'm sorry, you're a friend?
Yeah, a friend, my barber that knows my whole life story, also is in there since February 2nd. And I don't like uninvited guests into my house as well. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it very transparent. However, I will treat you with respect, ask you to leave. I won't treat you like an inhuman that you are, because we're both breathing the same air. You know what I mean? Now, if you're welcome to my house, sure, the right way, welcome. But if you weren't invited, get treated respectfully, completely, though. You know what I mean? At that point...
Here, if you came so-called uninvited, there's a process. That's the point. You have an ability to go before a judge, tell people why you came uninvited, etc.
Especially if you don't have any bad record. You know what I mean? If you look at reality, everyone in the United States at one point was illegal aliens, right? Yep. It was
everybody that came over here and killed the Native Americans and genocided them and murdered them. They didn't have papers.
Exactly. You got my point exactly on. So we got to treat them like humane. They got to see their relatives. The women that are pregnant need the care. Like I heard a story, that woman had a miscarriage in there. Are you kidding me? This is 2026. Still the USA. The lady doesn't have any criminal history. She needs the care, therapist, somebody care for her needs. You know what I mean? She's pregnant. They go through depression on top of that. Arrested? You know what I mean? They got to easy up. We're better humans yet to treat other human like animals. You know what I mean? Everything should be good. Doctor care should be good. And then guess what? They got to go back home. But let it be a memory for them that they tried to live the American dream. Didn't work out this time around. Maybe you know what I mean? But criminals is a different story. That I'm not going to...
Tell people where they can find out more about your story.
My Sneaker Palace. That's my Instagram page. Or you could just Google Jay Angelina Mecca, and you are going to find a lot. I would like to say maybe free my barber. Let him go back home. He wants to go back home. He doesn't even want to be locked up anymore. They moved him to Cali, I believe, from here. And he just wants to go home at this point. So
thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hold on one second. Well, I'm live.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, folks. Smash the like button. Share this live stream. John is telling me to move, so I'm following him. Hold on. 222. Hold on. And a reminder, this is day 8 of the ICE prison hunger and labor strike. And we weren't able to show you before, but this is the so-called free speech zone that they set up. So it's basically a pen separated by an orange barrier. As you can see, protesters have refused to move to the so-called free speech zone. And now state police have come this way. So state police are in front of the main entrance and protesters are moving this way. So unfortunately, it seems that there could potentially be escalation. So we are walking that way. Smash the like button, share this live stream so we can get it out to more people. People have respirators on. I'm going to put mine on shortly just in case. And, you know, you already see, because tomorrow we're expecting to see more of these right-wing pro-ICE people come for, quote-unquote, to support ICE. But we're already seeing here tonight an increase in these kind of right-wing charlatan fake journalists that several times tried to interrupt our live stream. And I probably shouldn't have taken the bait there, so apologies on that. Smash the like button, share this live stream. Again, last night we were live for over 6 hours, and I don't think we're going to be live for 6 hours tonight, but we are live every day covering this. To your left, John, if you could show it, this is the organized. This is the main. They call it the Radical Hospitality Tent, and this is where the main organizers before the hunger strike, the main organizers that have been fighting to get this camp shut down have been, and they didn't have a tent for a long time. They had to fight the county to give them a tent. So during the winter, they were basically freezing, being out here many times a week, organizing and demanding the prisoners be released. So that's their tent. There's mutual aid in there. There's donated diapers and food and clothing for the loved ones of families, because the loved ones who, when they come to visit their loved ones inside, they go in here, and the organizers support the family members, support the loved ones, etc. And I will tell you, there is a major feeling out here, and people are angry that they have created this free speech zone. People, relatively speaking, are okay with the police being here, but not to basically try and push them in like sardines into some free speech zone, because what does that make the rest of the street or the rest of America? You can't have certain areas where you can exercise free speech and certain areas where you don't, because the reality is these people are here to try and perform civil disobedience. They want to block the ICE transport vans from re-abducting these people, from moving them from this camp where they are to the Elizabeth ICE prison, which is 15 minutes away, or move them down to ICE prisons in Louisiana or Texas, where a lot of people, when they're moved, are brought down there, and the conditions there are just as bad, if not worse, and eventually be deported. So that's what's going on right now. People are, it's kind of like
I don't know if they're getting the stuff. Come here. Come over here. Well,
yeah, I don't want to show that area because it's a.
Did you hear what they said about the stuff that they have back there?
Like this stuff?
Yeah.
Protect it or move it, or they said you need to move it. They said you need to, like, the police said you have, this is a lawful, quote unquote, this is a lawful order to disperse. You have 15 minutes to clear the area, otherwise there will be arrests. And I didn't hear this from the police. I heard that from the police directly. Some other people who were here earlier, who heard the first part of the police announcement, were saying that there was an implication or maybe even a direct statement, I'm not sure which, that all of the things over here, all of the mutual aid supplies, the water, the food, the medical supplies will be confiscated by the police. Presumably the police intend to fully dismantle this set of series of tents, mutual aid tents, that are not only providing medical and food aid to the protesters here, but one of these tents is specifically for the families of people who are detained inside, providing services that, frankly, if you're going to live in a world that has something like a concentration camp in Delaney Hall, you would hope that they would have services for the families of people who are detained inside. They definitely do not have anything comprehensive of the sort. And so citizens of America, true Americans, have taken upon themselves to do that. And so then the state police, under the authority of the governor of New Jersey, have come and said, you guys got to get out of here and stop doing that.
So let me tell you, thank you. Let me tell you exactly what's going on, because this, unfortunately, is not my first rodeo. What's going on right now is the governor of New Jersey, under the guise of protecting the protesters, because that's what she said in her press conference earlier was the point of state police coming out. The Democrat, by the way, governor, what she's really doing is trying to end this. She wants to end the protest because I think her fear of Donald Trump and New Jersey becoming the next Minneapolis, she is prioritizing her fear and her resistance to this escalating in New Jersey into a Minneapolis. She's prioritizing that over the First Amendment. That's what's going on. Plain and simple. Because she held the press conference earlier and I watched it. I was trying to nap because I've slept 3 hours in 4 days, but I listened instead of napping. And she said a lot of, I wrote down what she said. So I will tell you what she said and how that is contradicted by what we're seeing here. So what she said, outside Delaney Hall has, quote, grown unsafe, and that's completely unacceptable. And I quote. She said she will not give ICE an excuse to expand operations in New Jersey, which is what I just told you. That is a fancy way of saying I'm worried that Donald Trump is going to send in the stormtroopers and turn this into Minneapolis. So I am going to basically, so that doesn't happen, send in my troopers to shut down the protest. That's what's going on. Plain and simple. Why do you think fascism thrives in America? Why do you think people become so disenchanted they support people like Donald Trump? Because you have Democratic politicians that are MAGA light. Sorry if you're a Democrat watching, we're not a safe space here. We would make a lot more money if I just put on Team Blue and cradle the balls of Democrats like so many other channels, but that is not what we do here. We will credit Democrats when there is reason to, and I credited Congressman Rob Menendez for coming here as much as he has, Congresswoman Ana Lilia Mejia, Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, this is her district. Senator Andy Kim has been here several times. Let's move out of the street. So, yeah. But the governor, she's literally sending state troopers, and they've been here for 6 hours. And in 6 hours, they are literally threatening to disband. They are literally threatening to disband a mutual aid tent. They are literally threatening to disband a mutual aid tent that is for families of loved ones who have been taken hostage inside a camp with no due process. That's what the state troopers are doing here, that the governor of New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill, has, we have to assume, asked them to do. So they might take, by the way, just so you know, legally, the organizers who fought for this tent, and show them the tent, please. The organizers who fought for this white tent, called the Radical Hospitality Tent. We've been inside several times. It has diapers, donated clothing, donated food, and services for the loved ones of family members when they come. The loved ones, because oftentimes they have to wait. Oftentimes they have to wait for a long time. Let's go show. So they're telling protesters you're violating law by being here. They're telling people you're unlawfully on the street, or you're going to be arrested.
Failure to comply with this lawful order may result in your arrest and prosecution for offenses including but not limited to defiant trespassing.
Smash the like button, guys. Share this live stream. We are live. The mainstream media, as far as I can see, is not. Please support us. Statuscoup.com/join. This is why we exist, and this is why we need your support to stay out here showing federal, state, and local government protecting fascism. Protecting fascism.
If you remain on the property after this announcement, you may be subject to arrest. Again, this is a lawful order to disperse. Leave the premises immediately. You have 10 minutes.
Fucking cowards.
My foot is under your tires. You're gonna run me over?
Go over there.
Are you? I just want to know why you're taking away the medic tent. People get hurt here. We need the medics. We need that those emergency materials. So no answer. We're not gonna get any answers.
Ma'am, please just take one step back.
I need
But not against. You could. You could speak. You could speak.
Can
One
you
step
answer
away
me
from the.
then? Can you answer me? Why are they taking away the medic tent?
I don't know.
Do you know that people get hurt
Please,
here?
just watch yourself. I don't want you to get hit by
You're
the car.
already touching me.
I don't want you to get hit by the car.
Don't touch me.
Look, this mirror is going to
Then
hit
don't
you.
touch me.
Please.
I will move when you answer my questions.
I don't
okay?
have the answer to
I
that.
will
Okay?
move when
We
you
the
answer my
people don't
questions.
understand the order,
Not
and we're
here.
trying to understand
Show
the
us
order.
the order.
Are you guys
Show
telling
us
us
the
that
order.
everyone has to leave the entire area?
Show us the order.
We're not allowed to be here?
Show us the
Where
order.
are we not allowed to be?
Show us the order. Who gave
We're
the
trying to
order? Show us the
understand
order.
what the order is.
You're not clear.
We
and
don't
show us the
understand
order.
what the order is.
Show us the order. That's all. Can you just show us?
Talk
to us.
Wait, there's hundreds and hundreds of people here. Not everyone can hear your speaker. You guys need to be clear.
You need to provide an explanation.
You need to be clear.
Bring someone there who can answer my questions. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
We're just trying to understand, where are we allowed to be, right? As United States citizens.
They're going to give another announcement.
Okay.
It needs to be clear. It needs to be
Listen
clear.
right now.
He's reading. He's just fucking
Dude,
reading, dude. Come on.
That's not, we're doing it. That's not going to cut it. We can't understand it.
I just want people to answer our questions. That's all. That's all.
What? There's a lot of locations. What location? What location?
You're setting us all up, you fuckers. What location?
What location?
You can't even fucking answer. Where are we going?
We're just trying to follow what you're telling us.
Stop screaming and listen.
Then you would tell us?
You're just dying to arrest us. You're dying to arrest all of us. That's what you're doing. It's exactly what you're doing.
Mumbo jumbo. We just want the answer, dude.
He's telling you the answer.
Okay. You're a clown, man. You're a clown.
The premises. What the fuck is the premises? The premises?
Right. What premises?
Come on. Let's get real. Come on.
What premises?
And they wouldn't give you an answer clearly on where you're supposed to be.
Because I'm like, I don't know how many times I'm going to get taken when they're not going to let me out. You know what I mean? So my fucking nervous system right now is through the goddamn roof. But this is why we see this in Minnesota. Same thing. Sometimes they whisper the order. It's so unclear. Nobody knows. You got hundreds of people out in the street here, and they're just saying disperse, and then some legal mumbo jumbo. It's like, what? You think that people back there can hear that? And then you're just going to go and arrest them and say you weren't following this order?
And by the way, I'm not trying to make it about me, but like I said earlier, what the governor is doing here is going to make this worse.
Exactly.
Because when you try and when you try to pack protesters like sardines in a quote-unquote free speech zone, it's basically human nature. The more you try and tell someone not to do something, they're not going to listen to you. It seems to me what she's trying to do is basically shut down the protest.
Right, and then you line up the police in the streets, like blocking off some of the exits, and you tell everyone to leave.
So they just told me it's the entire avenue. We can't stay on any part of the premises. They want us to evacuate the entire avenue.
Right. So basically, that means the free speech zones is bullshit.
The free speech zones that were like, those don't exist anymore. Everyone has to just get out of this entire location right now.
And did they tell you where that order is coming from? Where?
They didn't tell us where the order's coming from. They were just like, hey, everyone must disperse right now. The entire crowd must disperse right now.
And did they tell you why? Was there a crime committed by any protesters?
They're claiming that we're trespassing, that there is a state law that we're violating. I'm not sure the law that they've even cited. Like, I don't know what the law is. I don't know what the code is. We're going to try to find out.
I literally got arrested today for trying to find out what the law is that they were enforcing.
Maybe somebody needs to ask them, is ICE agents trespassing by standing on a public sidewalk?
We're just trying to figure out what the law is. Are you going to arrest me for a second time in the day for asking you what the law is that you're enforcing here?
That's all we ask.
Why can't you guys as law enforcement officers tell us what the law is that you're enforcing?
And just so you know, a little further down the street, there is a staging area for state police.
Because we didn't go inside of the barricade that they set up for us, that they're now, I don't know why
they told us the barricade was for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we thought it was for tomorrow morning, but now they're saying, oh, it's because we didn't go inside of the barricade. Now we got to get off of the whole street. But they didn't explain that it's like, yeah, they didn't give us a warning first, like go behind the barricade or else you have to leave the whole street. And they also seem unclear, like some of them seem like they weren't clear about if we were supposed to leave the whole street or if it's just pushing south. Like the language that they're using is just to push south. So they don't even know, like one of them was saying, oh, it's to leave the whole Doremus Ave. Another one was like, just push south is what they're...
The governor this morning, this afternoon at a press conference said she was deploying the state police specifically to protect the protesters. Do you feel what is going on right now is protecting protesters?
No, and I think that it's disorganized though. I think the reason is because I don't know where they're getting like their orders and stuff from. Not everybody's on the same page exactly. I don't know if it's Mikey Sherrill that's saying, okay, if they're not doing this, then put them here. But it's like nothing's being like really communicated clearly, and it's just kind of jumping to like a fear tactic. Because this big tent right here apparently was set up here by like Essex County.
I'm going to show what's going on. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So you have more state police coming with riot shields. They're flashed right now. A state police trooper is flashing his light in this woman's face. Well, he just took it down because he heard me point it out. So he's flashing, trying to affect her eyesight. So this is what ICE did the other day, and now you have state police essentially trying to blind unarmed protesters. But now you see behind this front line, you see more state police with shields. We do know that they have horseback somewhere. We saw that earlier. So this is quite a lot of force, if, according to the governor, she's deployed these people here to protect the protesters. That's a funny way of protecting protesters, what they're doing right now. And to be clear, what all of this does, whether it was the governor's intention or not, what all of this does takes the focus off of why these people are here, which is there are human beings being held hostage inside a camp and being provided worms and being provided expired food and being deprived of their medication and being kept awake all night and being and not getting enough recreation time outside and being put in severely overcrowded spaces and having to suffer through severe mold and black mold. I interviewed Congressman Ana Lilia Mejia, I believe, before the hunger strike last week, and she described that when she went inside the camp, her throat immediately essentially locked up, which is I know because I'm allergic to mold. Your throat could really get agitated or lock up if you're exposed to mold, if you're allergic. And not even if you're allergic. People respond to mold who are not allergic to mold. So there is mold inside, and people are having respiratory issues. That's what's going on in a so-called detention center, which I don't call it a detention center because they're not being detained. They are being held hostage. Detainment is temporary. You know, if you were in detention in school, it's supposed to be temporary. People have been in there for months and months and months. Here we go. Smash the like button, share this live stream, get it out to as many people as you can. We need all eyes on Newark, New Jersey right now because the state police that Governor Mikey Sherrill deployed here supposedly to protect the First Amendment, protect protesters' right to peacefully assemble, they are now deploying state troopers on unarmed protesters. And they're saying, move back, move back. Smash the like button. Come on, folks, we need you. Statuscoup.com/join. Support us. This is not our first rodeo. We've been covering this terror, this federal terror, and frankly, the state being accomplices all around the country for a year. Saying, move back, move back. And you can't hear them because they literally have gas masks on. So I wonder what they plan on doing with the gas masks on.
Make sure y'all share this. They got the horses. We got the horses back.
They're under their gas masks. They're saying, move back, move back. And from what I can tell, there's no crimes have been committed here. These protesters are out here to protest this camp continuing to exist. They're protesting the conditions inside. They're demanding the release of the hostages, the prison to be shut down. And we still have not been told what exactly is the crime that has been committed here. And if Governor Mikey Sherrill, if she is not ordering this, then maybe she wants to tell her state troopers to stand down. Because this is not protecting the First Amendment, and it's certainly not protecting the protesters.
It only occurs in an authoritarian state. This is fascism.
That protester right there just said this only happens. Ma'am, you just said this only occurs in a fascist state.
Yes. This is not necessary. Fascism requires you to comply, and you do not have to, beloved.
Our streets! 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 Who streets? 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 Our streets!
And by the way, you also have out here, you have a religious leader over here. I don't know if he's a pastor or a minister, but there are religious leaders out here. There are elderly people out here. There are young people out here. There are journalists out here. And they are literally... Is that the tear gas? Yeah. We're going to put on our masks here.
All right, America, right? So, what are they firing there?
I don't know.
I don't know what they're...
Warning shots.
I don't...
Warning shots.
They're firing some type of warning shots here. We have the goggles on, our respirators. We're being forced to move backwards here. People are chanting, our streets, our streets. This is fascism. It's not just the federal government. It's the state and local government assisting the federal government. in war against the American people. That's what's going on here. And if the Democratic governor is trying to protect protesters and protect freedom of speech, she's got a really funny way of showing it, because this is not that. And this is why Democrats continue to lose the faith of the American people. This is why even with Trump in power, Democrats have such low favorability ratings in Congress. So things are being fired up into the sky. It looks like some type of warning shot. I don't know what they're shooting, but they're...
Make sure I'm not walking over anything. Hold my back, though.
So while I'm trying to narrate what's going on to you, I'm also holding John, who's holding the camera, and trying to prevent him from bumping into a car or anything. So, and this was totally predictable that this was going to happen when a governor or anyone else tries to create protest cages and tries to create protest cages masquerading as free speech zones. And I just heard somebody say there's tear gas.
Yeah, somewhere. I know. Let's wait till we see it.
Yeah. I don't know if they've deployed tear gas.
I saw smoke that way.
We're hearing... They're continuing to say move back.
Quite frankly, most of what...
Right now we are right outside the main entrance of the Delaney Hall Ice Camp. I see state police firing something out of a gun. Pepper. They're firing pepper balls. Pepper balls. That's what they're firing. Which they say are non-lethal, but if you get hit with one, it hurts. Let me tell you.
They're shooting on the ground so they disperse.
They're shooting it on the ground.
What's the fence? Go this way.
Yeah. So there's a fence here. So we're going to watch that fence. Oh, shit.
Come on.
So that's a flashbang grenade. That's a flashbang grenade that was just fired. Hold on. That's a flashbang grenade that was just fired there. And now they're firing. They're firing flashbangs. They're pushing. We're trying. Hold on. Yeah. We're trying to avoid the barrier there. They just fired, I think, a flashbang grenade. And they literally are pushing protesters right into the so-called free speech zone that has now been destroyed. This is coordinated federal-state fascism. This is not opposition to Donald Trump. This is not opposition to ICE. This is not protecting protesters. Oh. So. They just released something. They just released something.
Don't walk away from me, please.
I got it. They just released something to hit my eye.
Hit your eye?
Yeah. All right.
You okay?
Yeah, I got pepper spray.
All right, there's tear gas. Tear gas right here.
Yeah.
The tear gas up here.
For what?
Yeah. So I got a little tear gas in my eye. So they're deploying tear gas. I'm trying to move. Hold on, I'm trying to get my goggles over here. All right. So they're deploying tear gas. I'm having trouble. Yeah, I'm just having trouble
You
seeing.
need water?
Yeah, over my.
All right, go find a medic.
I got
Okay. They're coming back again, so.
Hold on.
Hurry up, I gotta get in there.
They threw tear gas directly at my foot. I got my eye. I can't really see.
Okay,
That's
hold, just hold me. Don't let go. Come on.
All right.
Oh. Don't let go. Don't let go of me. Don't let go of me. Stay. Hold me.
So they're releasing.
Please don't let go of me.
Stay away.
Hold my backpack.
So they're doing flashbang grenades. It's ringing my ear. So you see the smoke coming up there. They're firing pepper balls. This is where your money's going, folks. To terrorizing the citizens who are trying to peacefully protest to shut down a camp. To shut down a torture camp.
They're shooting it now. ICE is shooting.
They're shooting from up there? Do you see them shooting from up there?
Yes, that's ICE shooting. ICE is shooting.
ICE is shooting from above the building. I can't see because I got gas in my eye, but John says there's ICE is shooting from up that building. I have to take his word for it because I can't see. I got gas in my eye. Smash the like button. Get this out, folks. This is America is becoming a war zone, and this is not Trump. This is state police in New Jersey. And people are on the corner of the block right now. People are asking for medics. Their eyes have been burned like tear gas. And now you see state police coming back. They're coming in through horseback. Through horseback.
Don't let go of me. Don't let go.
I got you. So they're trying to...
Don't let go. Let me see that.
This is state-sponsored terrorism. Watch out.
Look out. You guys all right?
Yeah. A horse literally just hit our camera. A horse literally just hit our camera. You okay, John?
Yeah, I'm done. Stay here. Let's be on this.
Protesters are saying, we pay for these streets. We pay for these streets. They are literally attacking unarmed protesters. What makes them different than ICE? What makes these state troopers different than ICE? And John Farina is incredibly getting the shots here while dodging tear gas, pepper balls, and we saw ICE above shooting something from atop the building.
Microphone.
So they're going again on horseback. Watch it, John, watch it. There's a car. The governor needs to stand her horses down. This is making the situation 20 times more unsafe than it was. This is even more unsafe. You see them hitting unarmed protesters. Oh my God. That was another flashbang grenade, we believe. Look at the journalist in the car. Oh, there's a journalist literally covering this in the safety of her car. That's the difference in status quo and whatever media that is. We are out here under attack with the people.
It's NBC.
NBC is literally inside their cars. While the fascist state is attacking on our protesters. That's what their journalism is. They're sitting in their cars while the people they're supposed to be covering are under attack.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, fascists! Fuck you, fascists!
Chaos, absolute chaos. The governor is if the governor doesn't want New Jersey to become the next Minneapolis, she needs to stop this. She needs to tell her troops to move back. She talked about de-escalation. She talked about de-escalation at her press conference. This is literally escalation on steroids.
No peace! No peace! Racist ass police! No justice!
The governors are making deals with fascists.
My ears are ringing. Flashbang grenades are being exploded so close to us. My ears are ringing. Come on, folks. We need your support. StatusCool.com/join. We literally just showed you mainstream media sitting in the comfort of their cars while we're out here risking ourselves. And the police just threw a flashbang canister at protesters. Or a tear gas canister.
Playing soccer with tear gas.
That's tear gas.
They're playing soccer, they're kicking it back and forth.
So the police are kicking tear gas at the protesters, and the protesters are kicking it back. What makes these troops any different than Trump's ICE? This is the same thing. And that smoke is a symbol for the state of America. And it's not just Trump. Wake up. This is not just Trump. This is a Democratic governor whose troops are being deployed on unarmed people.
Okay, look on.
Alright, there we go.
Why do you hide behind your staff?
So you have so they're pushing the
I know. Hey, call him, see if it's back on.
Call Connor. Fuck, man, my back. Oh, God.
All right, we're back.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I think a cord got cut or something like that. It's chaos here, so please share this, smash the like button, share this live stream. The state of New Jersey police literally just attacked in a unyielding onslaught of flashbang grenades, tear gas. Sorry, I got tear gas still. My ears are ringing. And, I'm all right, thanks. It's more my back. It's more my back. My back is really fucked up right now. But the protesters are still out. The protesters are still strongly protesting. Smash the like button. We got to bump this up. This has to be 5,000, 10,000 viewers. No, there's very few actual outlets out here. We just saw mainstream media. All right, ICE is moving now. So an ICE vehicle is moving now, a transport vehicle, as it seems that the state of New Jersey police are forming a human shield to protect ICE. So, Governor Sherrill, I think you probably, if your goal was to end the protest, I think you have actually sparked a much bigger protest that will be coming here. This is not going to end the protest. This is going to inspire more people to protest and more violence. This is not the answer. It's not deploying your state police to crush dissent and to crush protest. And if you're doing it, all right, we got to reset. Smash the like button, share this live stream. We're trying to reset here, collect ourselves. I'm going to be honest, guys. My back is pretty fucked up, so if I sound a little off, my back is really hurting. Share this. Appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate anyone who's signing up right now. If you haven't signed up as a member, I really have to ask you, what are you waiting for? If you can't support us for as low as $5 a month, totally understand. Times are tough, but if you can, that's what it's going to. We're risking ourselves out here, and we've been doing this for nearly a year in Los Angeles, in New York, in Minneapolis, in Chicago, in Alligator Alcatraz, in Florida, in Charlotte, in D.C. We've been all over the place. Not covering things when they're just explosive, but covering things that need to be covered, covering what the corporate media covers up. So we need your support. We need your support. You could also donate, statuscoup.com/donate. And we also I still see medics roaming around because people's eyes are burning and other things. They're pepper spraying now. And apparently it seems that the real reason the state police were deployed, it seems, is not to create a free speech zone. It's to literally clear out the protest. Because what they have done right now is clear out the area in front of the Delaney Hall ice camp. So they are blocking the area.
Think we could sue the state police for horse damaging our camera?
Oh, did they damage our camera?
I don't know.
A horse, literally, I don't know if you guys saw that, a horse's face literally barreled over John into our camera.
I had to duck, but the camera got hit.
Which, by the way, that is animal cruelty. If you care about animals, what they're doing to those poor horses is disgusting. It is total animal abuse. All right, so we don't want to show this, but somebody's badly injured over here. We don't want to show that, but there's somebody badly injured. I don't know what the nature of the injury is.
Oh, Jolly.
Yeah.
Right there. Somebody over there.
Yeah. And this is Jolly Good Ginger here. He's a veteran. Not your first rodeo, but...
Well, this was... I've been at a lot of these things. I know you have, too. And We've been attacked by the police in fucking name it, Chicago, D.C., goddamn Minneapolis, big time, and L.A., big time. But this right here, I think, has been the worst attack from state police that I've personally witnessed. They came, they told everybody they got 15 minutes to disperse randomly. All these tents are full of stuff. People were scrambling to clear the tents out. Then they suddenly said 5 minutes. And then before the 5 minutes up, here come the mounted police, and here comes the riot gear on the skirmish line. They start shooting tear gas at people, scrambling to get their mask and goggles on. Nobody saw it coming. I got hit with the first volley before I was able to get my goggles on. Got my composure. They're pushing us down the street. ICE is on the side shooting us with pepper balls as well, but I got lit up on the leg there.
I think John saw ICE shooting potentially from the top of the building, too.
Correct. And it was coordinated. They were coordinating with the fucking state police to do this shit. They pushed us all the way down to here, gassed us, pepper balled us the whole way, even at one point shoved us with horses. Very dangerous, very uncalled for, and very much proof that ICE is not our only enemy here. The enemy of the people are the jackboot thugs that's supporting the people that's got those guys detained inside. But remember, everything is about those guys being, people being held inside that are being held there illegally without habeas corpus. Half of them, more than half, 90% illegally detained. They're abhorrent conditions, no food, no medical care. It's absolutely abhorrent. They shouldn't be there. They're on hunger strike, and that's why we're out here. And all this other shit can't be a distraction from the fact that we're here to stand in solidarity with those who've been illegally detained. Abolish ICE, fuck ICE, free them all.
And my last question, as a veteran, it seems to me, from Minneapolis to Chicago, now to New Jersey, federal and state government are at war with American people. I mean, I don't know what you would call this.
I agree with your assessment. 10 out of 10, no notes. 100%. Every time I go somewhere, the governors and the state and the mayors, they try to make it sound like it's ICE, it's ICE, it's ICE. We're not helping ICE. But then the police always come out and help ICE fuck us up. Everywhere I've seen this happen.
My last question for you. The governor said she did not want to create an escalation and escalate ICE. Isn't this only going to escalate the protests if her goal was to de-escalate?
Yes, it's going to make it worse. I'm going to tell you something I haven't told anybody, so I'll break news here on Status Coup. When I first got here earlier this morning, whenever I got here, I posted a video that I was here. The governor's team reached out to me and said, Jolly, we see that you're in Jersey. We would like to give you this message of why we're sending the state police out. Maybe you can help deliver the message. There's no confusion. And my response was, no, I'm not your megaphone. You're sending the police out because you're here to police us. You're not here to help arrest ICE for violently assaulting people. You're not here to help these people get freed from this illegal detainment. You're here to police us up. And that was my message back to the governor's team. And I hope the message went straight to the governor. I'm sure it did. And this was proof positive that I was right the whole time.
And you, to bring it back to what's going on inside there, I think what most people don't realize, this is going on all over the country. It's not 100%. Just Delaney Hall.
100%.
There's been many miniature hunger strikes in other places, and a lot of these people are literally, not only do they never have criminal charges, they don't have charges, they don't know why they're in there.
Correct. And listen, all the strength and solidarity to those people that called the hunger strike. The hunger strike's catching on at other concentration camps across the country. Whatever you would be doing right now while this has happened is the same thing you would have been doing while the Nazis locked people up in 1936. Get with the goddamn program.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Jolly. So that's Jolly Ginger. He's a veteran. He's all over Instagram and elsewhere. I gotta tell you, I'm doing my best, but it is incredibly hard because my goggles are fogged. So it's hard to see out of my goggles. And you really have to see because we're being attacked and we're being pushed backwards into barriers and concrete barriers. We're being gassed. It's hit me in my lungs pretty thick. But most of all, for me, it's tough. I have back problems, and this is really fucking up my back. And beyond me, we are seeing them attack. I saw a state police officer literally kick a little tiny woman. She might be 5 foot. Literally kick a little tiny woman. We saw them kicking tear gas canisters into the protesters. If a tear gas canister, that could really do damage. Kicking a tear gas canister, and once it combusts right into someone. The flashbang grenades, you could literally permanently damage somebody's ears. detonating flashbang grenades at point-blank range, which they just did multiple times. And the horses might have been the worst. I've seen our colleague Tina Desiree Berg's coverage in Los Angeles, where they barreled through protesters, in that case ICE protesters as well, when Trump deployed the National Guard and ICE to Los Angeles. And it was almost surreal seeing police, in that case the LAPD, the LA County Sheriff, barreling through like it's a fucking stampede, like it's the Alamo, barreling through people. But it's a whole different thing when you are on ground level seeing a horse coming at you. I have never seen it, and I'm not going to lie, I was scared out of my goddamn mind. I think you'd be a liar if you said, I wasn't fazed. No, when a horse is coming at us, we were scared. A horse was coming at John and I. We were literally pigeonholed between a car and horse. And we're seeing, and it's not just us, they were running over protesters with horses after deploying flashbang grenades. This is happening in America, which is a so-called democracy. And by the way, I hate to burst your bubble, Santa Claus is not real, there is no tooth fairy, and we have never been a democracy in this country. Don't take it from me. In 2014, Princeton released a study saying America is an oligarchy, not a democracy. That's Princeton who said that. Because the will of the people is almost never represented through bills and law that are enacted. And now you have, think about all the money that is going, think about all the money that is going to ICE and the state police to literally attack unarmed people.
Unarmed people who are actively
So here is the right-wing charlatan again. How's Donnie's dick taste? Good? Donnie's dick tastes good in that one.
He can't even get to
So
Donnie's. He has
literally,
to get
Cam Higbee is literally such a cultist. He's literally. This is an insurrection.
really?
What an insurrection! Let me tell you. So I'm not going to bother. He wants us to take the bait. But I think what's important here, and I want to reset for a second. Right now is relatively calm, but that could change at any minute. There has been relative moments of calm, and then all of a sudden a flashbang grenade goes off near your foot. We hear medics saying, "Do you need water? Do you need water?" How you doing? You okay? Good.
Can I get a water? Can I get a water? Thank you.
So you have you got medics turning around asking for water, and now it seems like they're beginning to kettle people.
We can run.
All right, so here people are saying they think they're going to kettle people, which is when they basically enclose you in a complete square. That's what happened to me in St. Louis in 2017 when I was arrested for the crime of covering Black Lives Matter protests. So there, we were arrested, me and my cameraman at the time, Ty, for covering protests. So people are moving back now. You see more.
Put your mask on. Put your mask on.
More police are coming now. So you see more police cars coming through here. People are saying, "Fuck you pigs, fuck you pigs."
You got your mask on?
Yeah. This is a long row of police.
Hold on. I got
It looks like
they're shooting people. They're shooting people.
Now, does this look like state or federal? Does this look like state or federal?
Both.
Yeah. It looks like
I think it's ice. It's ice. It's ice.
It looks like ice coming through. So the police are literally doing this to allow ICE cars through. So we just showed you the state of New Jersey is essentially working with ICE. Not essentially. They are working with ICE.
Fuck you, fascists! Hold on to them. Hold on to them. Okay. Mars.
Need more volunteers. More volunteers.
Okay. All right.
All right, you can help.
Tear gas rescue? No, I'm a medic. I'm a medic.
Okay. Can someone use the water bottles?
All right. Anybody? Do you know how to put out tear gas?
You just pour it through the top. It's very easy.
So you have people.
Through the top.
All right, I'll do the cone.
So right now, medics are treating people who have had tear gas in their eyes, tear gas inhalation. I gotta tell you, I witnessed a lot of violence 10 years ago at Standing Rock. This is the same, if not worse. This is the same, if not worse. And everybody who went to Standing Rock, you remember how bad that was. The freezing water canisters, the rubber bullets at point blank range, the flashbang grenades there.
Come over here.
What's that?
Come over here.
Well, they're also they're flashing their flashlights at us. So it seems like this is a tactic used by ICE, but also, it seems, state police. They specifically seem to be pointing their flashlights at the journalists, which is literally pissing on freedom of the press. They're trying to essentially obstruct our shot so we can't show what they're doing, which is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Smash the like button, share this live stream. I cannot look at my phone right now. We have to focus, but thank you to everybody watching, sharing, liking, supporting, anyone who's signing up as a paid member, anyone who's donating. We need your help, folks. You might say, Jordan, you're a broken record. Well, if I don't ask you for help, if I don't ask you to support this reporting, then we can't stay out here. It costs money to do actual journalism. And if you didn't see, folks, we literally passed a mainstream media journalist who was sitting in her car while this was happening. I'm not shaming the person for not wanting to be outside. It is scary, but you should not be in this line of work if you're not willing to be out here to cover what's actually going on. Go do something else if you're not willing to risk yourself for something bigger. We are here to show the good, bad, and ugly and cover what the corporate media is covering up, and that is literally the definition of corporate media covering up, because they are literally sitting in their car while state police are attacking unarmed protesters. And then they're going to go on whatever broadcast that was. John says NBC. I can't confirm that because I didn't see. And pretend that they were here covering it. That's literally corporate gaslighting. It's terrible. So right now there's a bit of a standoff. Let me try to see.
Let's go up there. I'm going to leave the camera on the police.
Okay.
So John Farina, we're going up to the line here to show you the police as they continue to flash the light. And I got to tell you, it really, there's a special place in hell for propagandists and charlatans who literally can see unarmed protesters being bum rushed and attacked by, these are not less lethal, by the way. This term, less lethal ammunition, if you fire a flashbang grenade at someone and it strikes them, you could kill them. Look it up. Hold on, I gotta fix my mask.
Damn, y'all almost up to 1,000. Yeah. Appreciate it.
So they're chanting, there is no riot here, why are you in riot gear?
We protect
Every cop, every fan, shoot yourself.
So they're chanting, "Who protects us? Who protects us?" And the state police. And by the way, behind the state police, if you can see, we see other state police on horseback. It's hard to completely see, but I do see some ICE agents. So this is like a triangle of paramilitary troops. You got the federal, you got the state. On the protesters at the bottom of the triangle. And really, the main journalists I see out here are independent journalists. I'm familiar with some of the mainstream outlets. I don't see any of their reporters out here. I see streamers. I see documentary filmmakers. I see photographers. Actually, we passed as they were attacking people on horseback. I think it was NBC, and they were in the car.
Leaving. They're leaving. Every night I've been here. I've been here almost every night. Mainstream is here during the day, and they leave as the sun sets.
And then they go on their broadcast to pretend that they're covering all this.
And they buy the videos from whatever independent journalists are out here. They act like it's theirs, you know?
So we risk our safety, and they get paid a lot more, and they get esteem as like real journalists while they're either leave before shit hits the fan or they hide in the comfort of their own cars.
Or on a perch 2 blocks away and zoom in.
And tell people you're a photographer.
Yeah,
in a video.
Yeah, filmmaker. Yeah, out here. And that's why you're here.
Thank you.
My name's Peter Hambrecht. You can search Peter Hambrecht on Instagram. That's where you can find me.
Spell your last name.
Hambrecht.
Thank you.
Support the people on the ground. So right now, you see, I mean, this is kind of like it's occasionally calm and then out of nowhere. Well, I wouldn't say out of nowhere. Generally, when they start bum rushing, it seems, is to push the protesters out of the way so that they could clear the road for ICE transport vehicles. So they are literally, working on the.
I got you. They did that to us.
They targeted us specifically. They just targeted us specifically. They threw it at us.
Okay. Give me the microphone. Go back. Come back to me, okay? All right, guys, that was directly at my feet. I know that was intentionally targeted at me. This is a war zone on American streets in Newark, New Jersey. I have been at many war zones across this country, Chicago, Minneapolis, and now New Jersey, and soon to be everywhere. Now they're shooting pepper balls. More tear gas. More tear gas. Fuck. Another flashbang.
Just a little final hurrah speaking to the people, huh? Forward! Fucking big, strong men. You feel good about that?
Alright, they are retreating. They are retreating back past the detention facility. Alright, so they shoot those tear gas above people's heads. If it lands on your head, you're fucked.
Should we go over there?
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
No, that was funny aim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm good. No, take this. Okay, no, go. All right, you see ICE agents up on the hill here. Sorry guys, I'm holding the microphone in one hand. I can't do great camera work right now, but just taking the moment right now. State police are retreating, backing up after all that. And now ICE agents, now they face off with ICE agents again, once again.
You know, the great irony of this is that those state police were sent in under the premise from the governor of New Jersey that they were here to protect the crowd. We had seen some...
So that was it. Oh. All right, they're bringing over the barricades now.
They got my ears good on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Heads up.
Back and forth with the demonstrators over these barricades that again were brought in to establish a First Amendment zone for the demonstrators. You're now seeing these agents retreat with the barricade and point their rounds along them rather.
All right, guys, I gotta reset and find Jordan.
Hey guys, go follow independent media, Ford Fisher, News 2 Share. Go follow Andrew Mercado, Mercado Media. All right, go share all of our streams, show people what's happening because nobody else is. I'm looking for Jordan. I'm sure he's okay. If you appreciate what the fuck we're doing here, and you want to keep us on the ground, please sign up as a member. Statuscoup.com/join. All right, I gotta get water. Let me call him. Hey, where are you?
Address the reality that slavery is still happening. That's what happened.
All right. You want me to come over there or you want me to stay here? Okay. I'm in front of the ICE vehicles. All right, bye. Yeah.
Babysitters are gone. What happened? Your babysitters are gone. The dog's gonna come out and eat the fucking.
All right, guys. Jordan's okay. Well, he's hurt, but he hurt his back when they fired those flashbangs directly at our feet as we were walking through. Yeah, he hurt his back. He's sitting down right now. He's getting treated. So he'll be back soon.
With no discipline. They can't control their rage. But every 40 minutes.
Disoriented, bro. They were shot right on my feet. Yeah, that was yeah, for sure. Jordan, is Jordan okay? No, when they shot it at our feet. So he got hurt? No, they directly shot those flashbangs directly at our feet as we walked along. So Jordan's hurt right now. He's back out. Doesn't matter if you're marked press. Like they have like John and people from New York have like special press passes. So it's well known. Like the New Jersey State Police know those press passes too, right? Oh yeah. So it was absolutely. So even though you can wear all.
Without a doubt, intentional.
Doesn't matter if you're wearing press or anything. It's free for all at that point. And yes, it sounds like Jordan did get hurt.
Spray me again, fucking cowards. Let's go. That's what you don't understand. We actually fucking stand for it. You don't stand for something, so you fell for anything, right? You fell for fascism and you believe that you're enforcing the law, but you're fucking not. We actually stand for something, so we're here willing to be in fucking harm's way. We don't care if you spray us, we don't care if you gas us, we don't care if you shoot us. At least I fucking don't. We fucking stand for something. For fucking human beings, right? You guys stand for literal torture. That's literally what you're doing. You're standing outside guarding a building where they torture people because of the color of their skin. Because they're refusing to self-deport. Like your whole operation is designed to create, right? Your whole operation is designed to create fear and drown people so that they'll leave the country. That's your fucking job. You're fucking cowards. It's unbelievable, dude. Fucking unbelievable. I don't know. I was saying some shit. I don't know what I was saying.
You see what's going on here. Everyone, so much of the media focused on Trump, but this seems to be federal, state, Democratic governor.
Right. I mean, I can't say for sure, but it seems almost certain, right? They're getting pressured from the White House, right? Tim Walz gave in. I don't know what kind of deals happened, but suddenly the state police started running cover for ICE. There was some hope here because the Newark police weren't intervening, but, governor or whoever makes a decision, and the fucking state police are here. And it's so fucking insane, right? The law enforcement officers that are removing us, they can't even cite a law, and their job is to protect and serve the people that they are attacking in their military gear for an actual private military, and all they're doing is doing that so that the American people don't see this army attacking us. Because for the American people, it's okay if the police attack people, because then we must just be bad protesters, right? But if there's an army attacking people, it looks worse. So that's why the White House is making deals with the governors, is to get the police doing it, because it's better optics for the white public that would rather just keep their head buried than face the reality of American exceptionalism and what it's done to us, and our cognitive dissonance and lack of understanding about what we actually are and that we've never lived up to our ideals. Too many Americans still have this belief that we're righteous, or that we've been good all along, that we're leaders of the world, and it's ignorant.
I want to point out something and ask you. I think so much of particularly right-wing politics is to distract the masses from what's really going on. And I just look at what's going on, and I'm sorry if I seem out of it. I might really fucked up my back and have gas in my eye. But what's really going on is they're trying to basically create it seems that they're trying to create a new civil war to distract from the fact that they're looting the government.
Right.
They're cutting your health care. They're enriching themselves. Donald Trump's net worth has gone up to $6.5 billion.
Every day there's a new, every day there's a new Watergate level scandal, and we're just supposed to accept it as normal.
They just gave Donald Trump's son a $600 Pentagon loan, which I promise you he's not going to pay back. They're building these AI data centers that are poisoning people's water.
But it's the Somali daycare. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
And basically, they've tried to convince about 25-30% of the country and radicalize them to think the enemy is the people inside there, not the White House.
It's a tale as old as time, right? There's other people that are responsible for the fact that your life isn't as fulfilled as you want, that it isn't the American dream that you dreamed of. And, for hundreds of fucking years, we've been blaming that on black and brown people, and we're still doing it today.
I just wanted to show you, John has a camera. Is this ICE? So they are in full military fatigues. The street is just littered with shrapnel from the fucking our money going to flashbang. Oh, let's show this. That's what they were doing to the people, if you could flash the light. So that is right there.
Model 7290M.
That's a flashbang.
Mini bang, yep.
It's a flashbang grenade, which you didn't see it, but they literally straight up threw it right at John and I. And it shot it out of a gun right at John and I. It exploded right in front of us. God, if there is a God, thank you. What's that? It hit our feet, but nothing else. I fell backwards onto my already shitty back. My back gave out. I was just laying on the grass for a good 10 minutes with gas in my eye, and I'm trying to loosen my back. But this is what is going on. There's medics everywhere pouring water in people's eyes. There's some people got severely injured. I saw one person. I don't know what ended up happening to them, and all of this essentially so the state police can clear the road for the hostage vans to be taken out.
Nothing was accomplished. Nothing was accomplished. Nothing happened. There was no hey, actually you sir up there in the suit, what did that accomplish? What was the purpose? What did it accomplish? Are you guys more safe now? You're more safe from the people? Or it's just an intimidation tactic? It's just to make sure that you guys can get the...
They were scared to do a shift change with us out here. They didn't see anything go out, but I saw about 15 ICE cars came in from the south side. No vans, some SUVs, normal-ass cars. Didn't see any cars leave. So the assumption is this was a shift change of some kind, and they're just a bunch of fucking pussies.
So basically the state police, to protect or to help facilitate ICE doing a shift change, just attacked with military-grade weapons to help ICE change shifts.
Yes, even though these guys are fucking standing here with fucking camo like they're fucking about to storm fucking Baghdad, or they're about to just fucking go on the radio going they got Bin Laden. Look at these motherfuckers. They look like fucking cosplayers. You're in the middle of a fucking American city. You're not in the fucking jungle.
And it seems to me, we've been seeing it every night here. It seems to me they're almost getting off on this.
We know. We know. These guys have been fucking chirping back. They've been chirping back nonstop. They fucking love it. They're bragging about the fact that they don't have any fucking de-escalation training. They think that's a fucking badge of honor. These are a bunch of fucking needle dick motherfuckers who fucking peaked in high school and trying to live their glory days.
And to be clear, the average training for ICE officers in America right now is a little over 40 days. A little over 40 days. You can't get a gun permit. You can't get a gun license in that long.
Let alone fucking learn the complexities of the fucking immigration laws in the United States of America and how to operate multiple different fucking types of weapon, all that fucking gear and everything. You can't do that. You can't do that shit in fucking 40 days. The only fucking thing you can do is to be taught to fucking that you're in charge and what you say goes.
What's your name?
Lex.
Thank you, Lex. Appreciate it.
You got we got a medic for you if you got hurt, because you got run. So whenever you're ready.
I've had 2 back surgeries. That's the problem.
Okay, so
So I don't want to make this about me. I'm okay. Don't worry about it. You want to come on? I mean, it's just kind of like I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I mean, I've reported in situations like this at Standing Rock, but that was to protect an oil pipeline. This, I don't really know what they're trying to protect. It just seems like they're trying to create some type of new civil war in America.
Well, also the guy who was the former executive at Geo Group is about to be the head of DHS, and I think that he's here protecting his investment. I mean, it all comes down to money, right? He's protecting his investment. He's one of the people that was able to get detention centers to be re-implemented. They reopened this, and now they're protecting it with American tax dollars. And it's not just tax dollars from the federal level. You have it here at the state level, too. I mean, the state was clearly working in coordination with ICE. They told us that, there were trucks or something that they wanted to work with. But instead, I mean, the only cars we've seen here are ICE vehicles. I mean, these are the only vehicles that we've seen here. There was a barricade supposed to be set up for a First Amendment zone. That was a complete fluke. I don't think there was ever any intention to protect us. I mean, I think we've been let down by our own government, clearly. And now we have state police, again, closing in over here, indiscriminately shooting tear gas, along with that ICE shooting us with rubber bullets. I mean, at this point, I really can't tell who's on our side. Like, literally, people came out here peacefully. There was not a single instance of someone breaking the line. And yet the result has been multiple people here have been hit by rubber bullets. People have been damaged by tear gas. I got hit with the tear gas and a rubber bullet here. I mean, I literally cannot believe what just happened tonight. I'm speechless.
You were over there at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you were,
I was the one asking questions,
you were with me, and you were doing a great job asking questions of like, hey, what is going on here?
Yeah.
We can't hear your orders. Can you please explain it to us?
Yeah.
And like, that to me is a pattern that they continually do. They give vague orders and then they just do the thing.
Yeah. So one person had said, originally the misinformation was like, only on the south side of this street, right? So you can't be on that side, so everyone's moving stuff over. And then as we asked them, what premises?
I was under the impression that they were telling us we had to move supplies.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had to move people.
Right?
Yeah.
And then literally, I remember I followed up and I was like, hey, what do you mean premises? So we're supposed to say the First Amendment zone? And then literally they're like, clear everything right now. Right now. And then, I mean, the people who were here never even heard it.
And
imagine you were over here, you never even heard what happened.
And were you under the impression, because I was under the impression that the First Amendment zones were for tomorrow when there's going to be a counter protest at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
And then they told us that they're clearing the street because we weren't in the First Amendment zones that they told us were for tomorrow.
And somebody just told me that essentially the timing of that, they did all this when ICE was changing shifts. So we just saw all those ICE cars come in. I mean, that's just speculation. But timing-wise, they started this.
Well, also think about it. They said clear the whole street, right? They only went up to this part of the street. Why is that?
Right.
Why didn't they clear the whole street? Why didn't they push us all the way to the end and say go home? Why did they only go to this part, right? The only reason they went to this part is so that ICE could get their vehicles in.
Private escort.
I mean, look, again, speculation of the coordination here, but...
Well, it's not speculation that the timing did coincide with an ICE change shift.
100%.
Whether it was intentional, I don't know, but when they started doing that, after they stormed you like a stampede with horses and flashbang grenades and pepper spray.
Can I add, the police in the beginning, when we were asking them questions, they were like, trucks haven't been able to get through. Right? If you remember, right? He was saying like, this is happening because trucks aren't able to get through. Essential traffic hasn't been able to get through. The only essential traffic that happened in the entire time that this incident happened was ICE vehicles. Yeah. The only, even now, are there any trucks on the road? Are there any cars moving? Is there essential traffic that they had to open up the road for? No. The only essential traffic to them were these ICE vehicles. That's it.
And the governor said something today. Let me pull it out because I just think it's kind of prescient, shall we say. But the governor said outside Delaney Hall has grown, quote, unsafe, and that's completely unacceptable. The governor said outside Delaney Hall has grown unsafe, and that's completely unacceptable. She also said she Yeah, she said she doesn't want to give Donald Trump. She doesn't want to give the president reason to escalate in New Jersey.
And I saw her. Tim Walz was saying in Minnesota, and it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. If they want to escalate, so be it. You know, we don't need the police here to prevent them from taking out their rage. It's ridiculous.
Well, the point is, if the governor said the violence is unacceptable outside, her troops just created the violence.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She had another cool part of it, which was like, I want to lower the temperature, right? She said this morning, I want to lower the temperature. You literally brought out a bunch of police in riot shields, dropped tear gas and flashbangs on people who were here. The temperature was fine. Actually, you've been reporting all night.
I thought this was going to be a calm night. To be honest,
it was going to be a calm night. I watched them inside. We were all outside. There was a huge level of distance, right, compared to other nights that we've been here. I was like, oh, this is a calm night. It's going to be easy. State police was here blocking the roads. Next thing you know, we hear a rumor that we have to run on that side 15 minutes to clear out the tent. Next thing you know, a bunch of people with riot gears, a bunch of people on horses, flashbangs, tear gas, and then ICE jumped in with it. I mean, it was an ambush on this side, right?
To be clear, because I want to bring this back to what it's about, they were demanding they clear out that tent. That tent is for mutual aid for loved ones of hostages inside. There's donated in the tent loved ones when they come to visit their husbands or wives that are in there. They go into that tent. They could get free diapers. They could get free clothing, free toys. Other mutual aid, because their loved ones are in there and they're struggling. They could, they get a hug from the organizers. Their kids get to come, and it's a less scary place. It's scary coming to a prison when they come to visit their parents. So they were telling them, we're going to take down your tent, which, by the way, based on what I was told, Essex County gave permission for this tent.
Essex County, there was, in the beginning, there was no tent. People had to wait outside in the pouring rain. So Essex County eventually donated a tent, donated space. And by the way, again, let's go back to the demands of the detainees, right? Because they did all of this outside. There's going to be tons of reporting tomorrow about what just happened outside. Let's go back to the demands of the prisoners inside, right? These hostages were inside. Their number one demand is for Mikey Sherrill to be here. That's their number one demand. Instead of Mikey Sherrill being here, we just had state police come here and just, create a new news story.
That's a war zone. That's what it is. I mean, you fought. I don't want to oversell it, but I think when you're attacking unarmed people with, they call these less lethal ammunition. I don't know, if a flashbang hits your legs, it could blow up your leg. I was at Standing Rock. I'll never forget it. Her name was Sophia Walensky. She was 21 at the time. A flashbang was fired at her. They had to take part of her hip, I think, so that they didn't have to amputate her arm. They had to make basically a fake arm because half of her arm was basically mangled by a flashbang grenade. I saw a man at Standing Rock had a rubber bullet shot at his head, and his scalp was nearly ripped off. So these are, when the media says less lethal, do you know tear gas is outlawed in war? Am I correct? Tear gas is outlawed in war.
Less lethal than death, right? And we're talking about protesters, and I always kind of bring it back to this, expressing their First Amendment right. So it's like, oh, you're using less than death lethal force against people for expressing their constitutional rights? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? At what point did it become okay for there to be a private military enforcing the law in the United States? Like, how did we fucking get here? It's crazy, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right. Right now is calm. Will, get ready to come on. So right now it's relatively calm. That can again change at any minute. I forget how long we've been live. It's all a blur because tonight has been very crazy. But I want to bring this back. I want to bring this back to what this is about. I want to bring this back to what it's about. There are, yeah. There are, hold on.
Yeah. Do you mind sharing what happened with you? I know, are you guys live?
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you mind sharing what happened with you, Jordan?
targeted us directly. They were flashing a light in our face and then fired a flashbang, grenade at our leg. It detonated right in front of us. I fell backwards. I have a very bad back as it is, so I struggled to get up because my back locked up. My back is locked up right now. So I kind of like half crawled to the grass. So I was down on the grass for a while. Tear gas hit me while I was on the grass. So a nice woman came over and gave me like a wipe for that. So I wiped my face and then I just kind of trying to like stretch my back. I have like virtually no disc left in my L5, if you guys know back. So it's basically like that. So even before this, like any movement, I could pull my back. But when you're being pushed by horses and stormtroopers back, I can't. It just gives out.
Do you feel that you were targeted by the police?
Oh yeah, 100%. And by the way, this is not the first night. Last night, ICE was flashing lights at us throughout the night, like during our interviews. Not just us; they've done this to other journalists too. They smashed a photographer's hand yesterday. They broke camera equipment of photographers. So we're not just talking about like the idea of trampling on the First Amendment. We're literally talking about beating the shit out of journalists. That's what's going on. And by the way, I know people. I don't want to have like a rah-rah Democrat moment. This has been going on in America against journalists long before Donald Trump. I got arrested in 2017 for the crime of covering Black Lives Matter protests in St. Louis. First, they arrested journalists, then legal observers, then protesters. Why would you arrest? And they were targeting journalists then too. This was the 2017 protest in St. Louis that happened for a month that the media barely covered. Why would you first target journalists and legal observers before the protesters? Because you don't want anyone to see what you're doing to the protesters. So police have been brutalizing protesters. Like this goes all the way. I mean, pre-Rodney King. So whether it's ICE, like a lot of people think things have become specifically sinister under Trump. Yes, it's certainly gotten worse, but it was already bad. And I need you, if you are kind of like a rah-rah Democrat person, I don't care who you vote for, do you? I think Trump's awful too. But you got to wake up, because there's not a blue team and a red team in America. There's a green team. This is a Democratic governor who stood up at a press conference earlier today and said, this is a dangerous situation and it's unacceptable what's going on outside Delaney Hall. That's what she said. She said she was releasing the police here, her police, to de-escalate. She said over and over, de-escalate. She said over and over, it's unacceptable what ICE is doing. And okay, you want to say, well, the protesters wouldn't go in the free speech area? Okay, there's a different option than storming them with flashbang grenades, tear gas, horses. By the way, let's not even talk about the animal cruelty of that. These poor horses. Pepper ball guns. You know what you could do? You could zip tie the protesters and arrest them. I would think that's wrong too. But if it's really about protecting people, people are choosing to be out here and they are willing to risk arrest. You could zip tie and arrest them for civil disobedience, which African Americans did throughout history, indigenous people have done throughout history. They've willingly got arrested to fight for something greater than themselves. But instead of doing that, they literally stormed unarmed people. I mean, I was literally having to, what was his face? Cam Higbee came out. Oh, Jordan, you're a wimp. You're holding on to John. I'm holding on to my cameraman so we don't lose each other. Because if you're on the mic and you lose your cameraman at a certain distance, they can't hear me.
Also, I mean, just with status quo, I've seen it happen, like with John and JT, and they've gotten separated in the middle of like chaos like that. So that's why that happens. Let's go.
So we got.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And everybody who's watching right now, subscribe to Mercado Media. He's been doing great work in Minneapolis. That's where he's based. He was out there for the entire nightmare that was Minneapolis. And I said, John, I don't know if you remember, I said the other day, if the governor doesn't do something, not this, but if the governor doesn't do something, this is going to turn into Minneapolis. And unfortunately, she decided to do something. she decided to do something that.
He goes, here we go.
That's funny.
Here we go.
Is this guy literally like? It's so funny. This guy is literally like protecting the ICE fan. It's unbelievable, and he pretends to be a journalist. So, subscribe to Mercado Media. That's who just interviewed me. And by the way, support Ford Fisher. This man is out all over the country. He is not in the limelight. He's not on camera. He just shoots and shows you what's going on. But his company is called News to Share. Follow him on all of it. X, I don't know what you're on, but just type it. All the normal ones. News to Share. But he's got incredible footage in Minneapolis, in Chicago, in D.C., in everywhere. I mean, the guy's everywhere. And he does it. Well, I'll ask you, why do you do this, Ford?
Primary source documentary footage. Sort of a weird time to be pitching the concept.
I'm not pitching you. I'm asking, like, why are you passionate about
pitching it? No, I think that it's important for history, for especially situations of political activism, is when people are out there describing the issues that matter enough for them to actually go onto the front lines, talking about them, or more, fighting for them, blockading for them, risking arrest for them, all that kind of thing. And I think there's so much media, both left and right, that can really miscast what's going on in these situations. But activists deserve to have both the tactics and the things that they're saying be seen for what it actually is, in as raw of a form as possible. And I think both documentaries and news are better when they have both that kind of footage, but also that the audiences can see where that footage originally came from. If you see some content that was used for mine, but it might be out of context, you can go and look at the original, which is also why you guys are awesome, doing it all in live streams, where if somebody clipped your stuff to make it look like something it wasn't, they'd be able to go back and watch the original.
And I also want to point out that, when you're out at these things, I see 90% of the journalists out here are independent. I see very little mainstream media out here. When they're here, I mean, we literally passed during that a mainstream journalist. You said NBC, and she was sitting in the car.
Did the police offer you to go into the? Did you know there was a media? One of these free speech zones for the media. There was a special jail for the journalists today. Oh, really? So and when I say jail, I'm actually I'm only half kidding, because so while standing basically right behind where you are now, there was a state police officer approached me and a couple other people, and it was weird. The first thing that he asked was, you guys are media, right? Yeah. Do you have security? And we were like, no. And he was like, well, we have a designated media zone over there next to, so here is Delaney Hall, the private prison that's being used by ICE, but a little bit farther down there is is a jail. And so apparently in front of the jail they had set up some designated media zone, and he was trying to encourage us to go over to that, and we were all just kind of like, no thank you, that's okay. And
they basically want to put the journalists in their little pen.
Right. And the reason that I bring that up is not just to laugh at them about it, although it is funny, but because a lot of the mainstream media cameras, right, like without calling them out, there's basically 6 corporations that watch most of what you watch, that make most of what you watch on the cable news. Like those types of journalists, those with the big cameras, crews, whatever.
And they have their own and they have security.
They often do have security. Those types actually will set up in kind of a media pen like that. But if you had made that decision, if any of us had made that decision to go over there and only see that, you'd be seeing this stuff from a distance. You basically wouldn't be able to report on what was going on.
Thanks for what you do, Ford. Yeah. I appreciate it. All right. While it's calm, I'm going to hand this off to Will, because I'm really having a hard time standing, to be honest. Yeah. Come on over here. So this is Will. Come on. This is Will.
I'm Will.
He's been doing great, both video and photo.
Bigger collection of micro penises in my fucking life.
Do we want to wrap it up after?
Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, you're talking about me wrapping it? Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, change your plan. The boss is telling me to wrap it up.
No more gas. It's gonna be pepper ball.
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah,
little pepper ball before bedtime. All right. Listen, bottom line, nothing is going to change in this country. Nothing. Until people wake up and realize, as much as the media and corporate America and television want you to think that there's like two sides and it's a politics is like a sporting event and there's a blue team and a red team. I'm not here to have a false equivalency, okay? Donald Trump is a specific type of evil and the right wing is a specific type of evil. But you cannot defeat authoritarianism and fascism with technocratic, neoliberal, spineless, corporate militarism. So the opposition to fascism right now is unfortunately a Democratic Party that is giving into fascism by coordinating with fascism, by colluding with fascism, but just phrasing it in a nicer way. Hold on, something's happening over here. The bottom line is, this happened. This has happened in Chicago. This has happened in Los Angeles. This has happened in Minneapolis. Obviously, the Republicans are deploying ICE. Donald Trump is the one deploying ICE. But the bottom line is, these are Democratic cities, and you have a choice whether to cooperate with ICE, to coordinate for ICE. If the governor this afternoon said it is dangerous outside of Delaney Hall and is unacceptable, then how in any scenario is deploying your state police with less lethal ammunition that can kill people and bum rushing people, how is that any safer? So here's another ICE vehicle coming out. And they basically have full protection now of the state police. So they're speeding out as protesters. So here's another car. And they're, as you can see, they're speeding. They're speeding as protesters are in the street. Hold on. All right. So protesters are running at, and here's ICE in the middle of the street. All right.
Fuck you!
And you see the ICE agents standing here after just being in the street to help their Where's Will? Where's Will? I can't walk. I need Will to take it.
Close it out. I'll give it to Will.
All right, guys. Hold on. All right, guys. My back's giving out, so I'm gonna give the mic to John.
All right, it's EMS. EMS, ICE is going back in.
Go back inside where you fucking belong, you dirty ass pig! Yeah, what she said.
All right, so ambulance is going into the facility. So something happened, somebody's injured. Let me find Will. They're saying, what did you do to them? All right, that is the LRAD. Meant to disorient you. All right, they are bringing barricades over here. There's the LRAD system. It's LRAD.
Back off the property.
I gotta see if I have my my earplugs. I don't think I have my earplugs. Tell them step back from the barricades. So they're probably gonna come out and remove the barricades. Yeah. So they're probably going to come out and take the barricades.
Folks, while we have a quick second, I just want to tell you, please, if you're not already a member, this is the shit you're supporting. We're out here getting tear gas shot at us. I mean, Jordan already has such a messed up back. He's told you about it a million times on stream every day, and he's still out here getting canisters shot, throwing out his back again, putting himself through hell. Every journalist out here, I mean, if I could name and tag every single journalist out here, I would. They all deserve your support. But please, 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 if you can, they're going to come back out and get us. I don't have much time. Please become a member if you can. I got to put my mask on.
Nobody's disobeying you. Nobody's disobeying you.
Step back from the property line. Step back from the property line. Step back from the property line. The local order, step back from the property line.
We're on the sidewalk.
Step back from the property line.
We're on the sidewalk.
So the agents are saying step off the property line. Protesters are saying we're on the sidewalk. The grass is the property line. Sidewalk is public space. I want to show you Isabella. She's a sketch artist. She's always at these protests sketching as the chaos is unfolding. Isabella, can you tell people where they can find your work?
Love Izzy Studio on Instagram.
Where is it?
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay, let me get it for you guys because I don't know if you could hear. There you go.
Love Izzy Studio.
There you go. Thank you very much. Do you want to tell people about what you do and your experience?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool.
I started a project. I'm an artist. I started a project where I did high-profile trials, so I covered the Trump trials. And then after he was elected, I embedded in the immigration court. So I was doing courtroom work in there for this ongoing document. And then once ICE went outside, basically like on a conceptual level, this is still courtroom art because ICE basically usurped judges and due process. And so I moved outside, went to Chicago, Minneapolis, and now I'm here.
Talk about what it's like sketching as this chaos is unfolding.
It's not really a feeling, it's like adrenaline. But for me, I'm good in this kind of environment. I move fast, my style is fast, and I like to adapt. But at times it's really scary, to be honest with you.
I saw a video of your board getting shot at in Minneapolis. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I was in one of those lulls on the 24th of January after Alex Preddy was murdered on Nicolette. And so I was standing with my board and an agent saw me and was just drawing. Wasn't even drawing, was really just standing there. And he took a knee and aimed like point blank. And Peter and Jenny, who I work with for Starring America, they basically got the footage. He was aiming at my head. And I just sensed him and I put my board up and moved. And there was a hole in my board and then there was a crack in all my drawings. So now I call them the rubber bullet drawings.
That was incredible. I believe if you didn't put that up, that might have hit your head, right?
Yeah. I'm really glad that I had someone watching over me. Yeah, like I sensed it. And I have like alarms like that, so this is a good line of work for me right now. But yeah, it's been getting to be like, that day was a lot.
I actually went back to the hotel and I was like I was crying. I broke down because of how violent it was, the response.
And it was unending. I felt like I was getting dragged down a swimming pool, for hours. So it keeps escalating, and I think the crowd's moving that way. So
let's go. Yeah. So I heard some pepper balls being shot at down here, so let's go check it out. But go follow her. Great, beautiful, incredible work.
Private security. It was Geo Group.
Geo Group.
We're getting hit by all sides.
Yeah, so now we have Geo Group firing pepper balls at protesters. They just went back in. They came out of this gate right here. Private security for Geo came out from behind the gate to fire pepper balls at the protesters here. And now they are reinforcing another blockade over here. I'm predicting ICE will come out from that side and come over to remove these barricades. Yeah, guys, so we were going to wrap up early, go get some food, but we're going to be out here with people because this is not over. So we will be out here. I'm gonna go sit down and take a break for a little while. I've been standing with this 30-pound bag on my back, so I'm just gonna go rest my back for a little while. All right, so I will go a little closer because I don't know if Geo Group is going to come back out and start firing pepper balls. Heads up, guys. Lights. Huh? No, there's lights coming out. It's EMS. All right, they're gonna. Oh man. Look at Cam running back and forth. Look at him running back. He's loving this because, you know, they should have waited. That's all right. All good. All right. I see a van came out from the other side of the gate. All right, guys, let me just...
So they have to be pissed about this, right? Like, because they can't see it. I mean, this is going to be, I think, when they move out, they're going to be pretty mad because they've conceded all control now. Like, they don't have eyes on this. There's not even anybody on the roof right now. So, you know, we have some on the roof. They're going to have more fucking cars. Yeah, we're just drowning her.
I got my phone. Good people around us. Well, I had a good hat on.
Sorry for the dead air, guys. We're just relaxing. We need it. Unless Will wants to say anything.
Hey, folks. Here, I'll come on camera real quick. How's my framing? All right. Hey, everybody. Will here. I'm pleased to be spending more time with Status Coup these days. Technically I'm a freelancer, but it's been really great working with Status Coup. They're a company that, I can really get behind. The work that we do is really inspiring, and the fact that they are out here, boots on the ground, for days and days and days on end, going live for hours and hours and hours. Last night, over 6 hours live. That's something. That's the kind of coverage you don't. There's CNN, which is 24-hour news coverage, but it's not really anything of substance for 24 hours. Maybe there are pockets of real news in there, but they're just finding a way to talk and fill that air. When we're going live, something is going on. We're bringing you, direct interviews with protesters or people on the ground, people who are involved in the activism here. We're out here in the middle of the shit getting, the same treatment that the police or whoever are giving to the protesters when it comes to tear gas, pepper balls, etc. And I just really respect that level of presence, of a sense of personal responsibility. I think a lot of myself, and I'm guessing a lot of people watching, might often be asking themselves in this day and age, what can I do to be involved, to contribute towards causes I care about, or to participate in elements of activism that I'm seeing reported about, either through Status Coup or wherever. And there's lots of different ways to participate. There are people out here who are, the ones at the front line staring the cops in the face. There are the people who are in the tents in the mutual aid station, providing comfort to families of people who have, who their family members have been detained. There are people who, are legal observers. There's a wide range of ways that people are involved here. And just you watching at home, that's also a way to be involved. I know there are plenty of people out there who, for one reason or another, are not able to be physically present at places like this, whether it be, bodily or especially, I live in Washington, D.C., and there are so many people who live in D.C. who care about things like this, but they work for, the government, they work for, nonprofits that have direct government relevance, and they would be risking, their livelihoods, and that'd be a risk for their families for them to actually be present at events like this. And so, just staying involved, staying engaged, staying educated, watching with your own eyes the things that we're showing you in our camera, that's a way to be involved too. And for those of you who can, we would so appreciate your involvement by supporting us as members. It is not free for us to be out here on the ground, whether it's, paying for the gas to get out here, paying for, everything that breaks. I lost a lens cap, not a lens cap. I lost a lens hood last night. Just kind of disappeared on me. These things happen, and there's a cost of doing business. So, we're the ones that are out here doing this sort of We're the ones out here doing this sort of reporting. We're relatively unique in this field. There are very few other outlets out here who have the type of reach and coverage that we have, as far as being able to be not only in the New York, New Jersey area, but going to Minneapolis, Wisconsin, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and we need your help. We need your support to afford to do that, to continue to afford doing that. So if you can, please become a member. For those of you that have the extra $5, I don't know why you're not a member already. It seems like a no-brainer to me. The work we're doing here is cutting edge, it's groundbreaking, and I think it's one of the most important things. It's truly an honor of my life to be working alongside John Farina and the other independent journalists out here. I said that to them in Minneapolis, I said that to them in Broadview and Chicago, and it'll continue to be my honor to be out here. So your support to make that happen, both viewership and financial, we can't beat around the bush. It costs money to be out here. So please, please, please subscribe, become a member, and share the links, share the posts. You'll be seeing my photos from tonight coming out very shortly on Instagram, primarily, I'm sure, on X, maybe Blue Sky as well, wherever we post. Those photos will be coming out. Clips of this will be coming out. Share those with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Get the word out there, not just to help Status Coup grow, but just to actually show people what's going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm gonna go throw show the garbage. This is what the protesters think of ICE. Garbage. Trash. And you see Cam there getting his excellent reporting in. Truly Pulitzer reporting by Cam right here. What's up, bro? Yeah, you're a bitch.
Thank you.
All right, go. What's up?
Like, what the fuck?
Clown
He's a clown. He wasn't tough when his fucking bodyguards were here.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? I'm here with Status Coup.
What up, guys? What's going on?
What have you seen so far?
State violence. Instead of ICE inflicting the violence on the people, it's now the state troopers, the state police, and we've seen that in Chicago, we've seen it in Minneapolis, and now it's happening here. I predicted it. It was going to happen, and you know, it was tear gas. It was fucking pepper. That was the first time there was tear gas today. Everybody was talking about tear gas all week, but there was no tear gas. It was only pepper spray. Tonight was the first night there was tear gas, and it was used by state police.
Well,
and the flashbangs. So
Yeah,
they came out with everything.
I said too earlier that these barriers are not going to be useful, but they think they're going to be useful. I said this earlier. I said this is the dumbest thing the governor could have done was bring out these fucking barricades. Yeah. I said it on a video. I'm like, this is not what you think they're going to be used for. This is stupid. And I saw that. I don't know what the fuck the point of the state troopers. I just don't get it.
Photo op. I'm telling you, it was for a photo.
Well, somebody over there was saying they did a shift change when that all happened. They did like a huge shift change. They switched all the ICE agents out, and apparently they didn't want to do it while everybody was here.
What more? This is for a photo op.
Look,
It's all just.
I'm glad you're okay though, man.
Yeah,
we were
too.
checking on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. See, the thing about these kids like Cam and the Nick Sorters and Nick Shirleys, you just got to call that bullshit out. There's not many people calling that bullshit out. I mean, there are, people online, but to their face, call out that bullshit because they're the ones who are destroying this country, like feeding into the fascism. They are useful idiots. That's what they are. And they don't realize it.
Today the 29th?
Yeah. Hey, can you bring that closer to the music?
Car
coming. All right, there's regular traffic. Looks like a truck. Yep, it's a truck. And there's another car coming from this side. So it looks like now, I don't know if ICE is going to come out and remove the barricades, unless it will be the state police. I'm sure the state police are, still staged down the block. No, that's not what I heard, but I'm assuming they would still be staged. Like, they're not just going to leave and go home and have dinner.
I mean, that's what would make sense if this was anything that made sense. A sequence of events tonight made absolutely no sense. They're throwing a toilet. This cop.
Careful, watch out back. All right, so he just turned around, but that truck down there is still stuck. And you can see the Ice Agents watching behind the gate. So the truck that was stopped, I guess activists went over, spoke to them. They are celebrating, honking in support with their fist out the window. I'll show you. You have some protesters on the ground sitting in front of the driveway here. Or should I say the new landfill, the Delaney Hall Ice Facility. Cam's running. Yep.
Remember when he was like trying to do like TikTok shit back in 2020? Oh no shit. Yeah, y'all do really good stuff.
Away from the vehicle. Fuck ice! Suck a dick! You are receiving a lawful order to back away from the vehicles. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I was slugging it down. Back away from the vehicle. All the king's orders and all the king's orders can make the people's resolve.
the king's orders and all the king's rules. He set me the people's resolve. Hey, brother. What's up? We're back. Holy shit. All the fascist dictators!
I bet you Cam's getting harassed right now. He's getting, yeah.
Back away from the vehicle.
So Cam ran onto ICE property, and he is hiding for cover.
Fucking coward! Fuck you! See the people!
There you go. Fuck that dude.
Alright guys, they're coming out with the purple gold guns. So I believe this response is going to be really bad. So make sure you share this out. Get it out there. This response is going to be really bad because of what just happened. You know Cam is in there crying to them. That's their boy. He ran right in there. Alright, he was attacked. But that's what he does. He's going for his content. And he got it. That's how he operates.
Help us out! Help us out! Use your gun and kill yourself! Use your gun and kill yourself! Help us out! Use your gun and kill yourself! Use your gun and kill yourself! Help us out! Help us out! Use your gun and kill yourself! Use your gun and kill yourself! Help us out! Help us out! Use your gun and kill yourself! Use your gun
Protesters chanting, "Suck my dick."
Cam Higbee fired Mace.
Cam
Higbee maced other people, but
Oh,
he
is
very
he
well
an
might have.
agitator?
He's like a right-wing content creator.
So Cam Higbee sprayed Mace,
I saw him deploy Mace against other people as they were throwing.
and then I saw him rub it in his eye, so he probably maced himself.
Got some of his own.
Yeah, so Cam Higbee sprayed Mace, and looks like he got it in his own eye and ran into the behind the ICE agents.
So wait, they took Cam Higbee in there?
Yes.
Yep, I'm good. Yep. How are we on battery?
I have that other one in here. If do you want me to? Well, now it's not the time.
No, what's that?
We know you're his family trade. Oi, oi, piggy, piggy. We will make your life shitty.
You see all the trash on the floor. Got toilet paper or paper towel rolls all over the tank. The big scary tank. Oh, it has a penis drawn on it. Yeah, it looks much better. For their cosplay shit. Hey. Oh no, don't worry. It's gonna be very fun. They're gonna come out. They're gonna come out. So, you'll get it. You'll get it. Hey, we've been kind of like talking with No? Okay. Oh no. Okay. All right. All right, now. Now everybody's just gonna get pretty photos. Very nice photos. I will grab one myself. Well, you want to say anything?
Right.
Well, folks, so I just want to describe what just happened to the best of my personal having witnessed it. So Cam Higbee, who I will describe, you've seen him on stream earlier tonight, debating, arguing with Jordan. I think Jordan's feelings about him are pretty clear. I might describe him objectively as a conservative content creator. I was a little, I wasn't there initially as this happened, but what I intuited to be the case is that, let me put my hat on here so I'm sure I look janky as hell. Some of the protesters here, I believe, took Cam's possessions, including potentially his phone, his bag. He had nothing else in his hands, and he was demanding his stuff back. He then deployed pepper spray against the crowd forming around him. The crowd kind of pushed back. I think his pepper spray ran out pretty quickly. It was a small canister. Then the crowd kind of started to push in around him, yelling for him to leave, to get the fuck out. And he kind of retreated up the small hill next to the fence of Delaney Hall. There were two other, I would say, middle-aged men with him. I do not know what their affiliation was. I don't know if they were there with Cam as bodyguards or if they were ICE agents or if they were, Geo group security. But they had handguns on their hips in holsters, and they were acting in a way so as to somewhat protect Cam and help him kind of move through the space, with their hands occasionally going to their guns, ready to draw them should they feel it was necessary. Cam then was driven by this crowd behind the ICE vehicles in front of Delaney Hall and made his way to the fence behind which is now open. You can see the ICE officers in there. And after a few moments, ICE opened the gate for him and allowed him inside. That's the best I can describe as objectively as possible what happened a moment ago. As far as I know, Cam Higbee is still inside, and the ICE officers are standing at the gate in quite a crowd, but they're just at the very entrance of the gate. That's how things stand right now.
So you think he's in there crying to them, and he's saying come out with force and fuck them up?
Yeah, I suspect Cam is probably in there. He looked pretty upset, and he's probably in there urging ICE to come, crack some heads. His allegiance was pretty clear, and I hope they don't listen to him. I don't think that he's a source of any authority for them. I think, John, you might have some stronger feelings about Cam Higbee, maybe more experience with him that you could speak to.
No, it's the first time. First time experience with him. Yep. Just got to call him out for what he is.
Pepper spray or anything? Doesn't look too bad, but I have a lens wipe. I can give it a wipe for one moment. Hope our viewers enjoyed that very close-up of my face. And folks, I just want to remind you again that we really need your support. We really need your membership. If you have the $5 a month to spare, if you have more than $5 a month to spare, honestly, think about it like this. For those of you that have been watching, I'm sure there's a few of you that have been watching this, all night. John, how long have we been live for? We started, like 8:30? We're coming in on almost 4 hours of being live. If you've been watching us for even a fraction of that time, think about the value that's provided to you, whether it be entertainment value, whether that be educational value. You're staying informed. We need that support. Please, 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 don't only just subscribe on YouTube. That's important too. But please go to statuscoup.com/join and become a member today. We really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. That directly goes to putting our boots on the ground here, covering everything going on, from tear gas going off, from free speech, quote-unquote free speech zones going up to immediately being dismantled after being completely ineffective. So if you learned something on stream tonight, if you got a laugh on stream tonight, please, please, please consider throwing us $5 to help us out.
What's going on? Let's go put it by the music. Okay.
Senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall. For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. This battle outside raging will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times they are changing.
Well, can you loosen this? I should put this to the...
And don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand. For the times they are a-changing. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last. For the times they are a-changing. That makes you a man. You feel strong. Been a boy toy soldier.
Little boys, sad boys, but you think you're bad boys. You can't get a girlfriend, so you circle jerk with your ice friends. Ice hole, assholes, but your booty hole sore. Getting bent over by the rich man that you serve. On your knees, please, what good little boys are these? Doing the work of all those Nazis. Follow orders, choke it down, taking orders from a clown. Little boys, you think you're bad boys. You can't get a girlfriend, so you circle jerk with your ice friends. Ice hole, assholes, but your booty hole sore. Getting bent over by the rich man that you serve. Little boys, sad boys, but you think you're bad boys. You can't get a girlfriend, so you circle jerk with your ice friends. Ice
I know they're watching our feed too. Ice. So I'm sure they're enjoying the music while this is on them.
Little boys, but you think you're bad boys. You can't get a girlfriend, so you circle jerk with your ice friends. Ice hole, assholes, but you booty hole sore. Getting bent over by the rich man that you serve. Little boys are these doing the work of all those Nazis. Follow orders, choke it down, taking orders from a clown. Little boys, sad boys, but you think you're bad boys. You can't get a girlfriend, so you circle jerk with your ice friends. Ice hole, assholes, but your booty hole sore. Getting bent over by the rich man that you serve.
Don't you know, we're talking about a revolution sounds. Don't you know, we're talking about a revolution sounds. Like this. While they're standing in the welfare lines, crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sounds. Poor people gonna rise up, get their share. Poor people gonna rise up.
All right, let's cut it. Yeah.
Okay, folks.
Hey, and if we, they're probably waiting for us.
Yeah. So Folks, we have a very strong suspicion that ICE watches our stream. Why? High quality coverage of their activities. Honestly, I bet a few of them are, going to the clips to make little highlight reels of the moments that their own videographers don't get. You can probably recall that in Minneapolis, we saw ICE agents with, honestly, essentially the same camera I have. I remember being at that gas station where Bovino was when they smashed the window of that, I believe, Honduran man's car and dragged him off. I remember at that event seeing someone with a camera, and these Sony Alpha cameras have this distinct orange ring around the lens, and I said, oh, someone else is shooting Sony, and I looked up, it's in the hands of a fucking Border Patrol agent. Anyway, so, their guys can't be everywhere, and we get a lot of angles that they don't get. We're very talented at what we do. We do it all day, every day, and so I bet they're in there watching stream, looking for their favorite moments, clipping that shit. But they're also probably waiting for us to end stream before they come out and do more of what they do best, which is brutalizing American citizens. So I think that we're going to end stream for tonight, but we're going to stay here. We're going to stay here and record in case anything happens. So as we say, at least goodbye live for the evening, I want to say big shout out to John Farina behind the camera. He's doing an incredible job. This camera it's a heavy camera. It's on a tripod. He's always hoisting that thing up in the air, running around while everybody's getting shot, while everything's going on, and he does an incredible job. Massive shout out to Jordan. We wouldn't be here without him, and he just destroyed his back. He's going to probably need a third surgery at this point to recover. So it's going to be John and myself out here tomorrow. Don't worry, we're coming back tomorrow and the day after that, so we're not going anywhere. I want to give a massive shout out as well to Colin, Ty, Michelle, Jenny, who are all back not behind the camera, but behind the computer screens, making sure that this all goes smoothly. John, I didn't forget anyone, did I? I didn't forget anyone, did I? Okay, that's everybody, just making sure. Renee as well. The whole Status Coup team behind their computers, making sure the live stream stays, goes live, making sure that we know when we, unplug something by accident and it goes dead. We couldn't do it without everyone. And JT, I was like, there's more people in that group chat. JT, we love you so much. I cannot wait to work with you again. So, folks, as we say goodbye tonight, I want you to reflect on everything that you saw here tonight. I want you to think about what that means for our country. I want you to think about what it means for your families. I want you to think about what it means for you. And I want you to ask yourself what you're going to do next. Like I said earlier, that doesn't mean you have to be right here putting your body in danger. That's not for everyone. Not everyone can afford to do that. Not everyone is able-bodied to do that. That's okay, but think about what you're going to do next. And I hope that near the top of your list, if not at the top of your list, what you're going to do next is go to statuscoup.com/join and become a member, because we need your support, not just viewership, but your financial support to stay here, to be doing this. This costs money. To get this out, we need to get this stuff out. We need to publish it. We need to record and spread the word. So please, please, please go to statuscoup.com/join. Shameless plug for my own Instagram, will.allendupraw, ALLENDUPRAW. I've just gone put the photos that I've taken tonight live. So if you want to see some still photography of everything that happened here and see it through a different lens, check out that Instagram post. Status Quo's a collaborator on that, so you can see it through their channel as well. We need to get this word out, so please join, become a member, and share everything that you saw tonight. Share it, share it, share it. Thank you so much, and good night.